All right, so tonight for StonerCast, I'm going to hop in the chat in just a moment. Just want to let you know who we've got with us tonight. We have Mad Laden, Double Shine, GreatJobSpagett, Kaaayliee Marie, Send Streams, TtenFlicks, Yeahhway, and Zira. I am so excited to have all these guests with us tonight. They're always a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed the conversation I've had with a lot of these folks. Double Shine, Mad Laden, of course. TtenFlicks has been on the StonerCast before. He was on the inaugural StonerCast, so definitely hats off to TtenFlicks for that. We've got Yeahhway, who you guys will know from Sen's Day, and Zira, who we actually rated out to her this week. Got a really chill stream. I really like that. And again, if I didn't mention before, Kaaayliee Marie, who is a newer addition as far as my circle of people, and I'm really excited to have her on. I was just watching her stream earlier with Mad Laden on another show they were doing. They're very busy people, and it was great. It was great. I really enjoyed that. And we have GreatJobSpagett, which I hear they're very, very entertaining. I have not streamed with them yet. I don't know much about them, but we're gonna find out. So. And we have Taylor X Live in the room. We have Ellie Goose in the room. Eli, right? Eli, I apologize. I am so excited to have you guys with us. Let's get started. I'm going to hop into the VC, and we'll talk to our panel here. All things good. Sorry it took me a little bit. I went to grab my coffee, and I ended up spilling it all over the floor, so I had to do a quick cleanup. I haven't even smoked yet. That's bad, man. I haven't even started getting high.
And then also, I do communications for Weekly Stand-Up, which is a show that happened today as well. I've had a busy Sunday. My experience with weed. Let me think. So the first time I looked at... Okay, the first time I saw it, I was freaked out because I was straight edge as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was in, like... I just hit college. I was friends with, so in Ann Arbor, there's this community called, there's a student co-ops where basically students at the University of Michigan could have their own communal housing units things. And weed was everywhere there. And I first walked into the house, I saw bud for the first time. I thought to myself, whoa, that's weed. This is crazy. I'm so scared, etc., etc. But then, yeah, it was a blast. I had a good time in Ann Arbor. I got some stories that I'll be really excited to share. I don't actually have a favorite because so back when I was doing this was before the strains and the engineering that goes into weed now was happening. So edibles were kind of a unique thing at the time. It felt like not a lot of people knew how to make them. Nobody knew what the strains were. Some people would just smoke effectively actual grass. There's no THC content in it at all. So we had no idea what the hell we're doing whatsoever.
The old dirt weed.
Yep.
Yeah, it was mostly bad. But it was really cool for me to have seen it go from that to over the course of 6 years transform into a pretty rich cool culture, because the medical card started getting released it was 2009 2010. That's when medical marijuana started happening in Michigan, and everything changed overnight. It felt like 1 year later we went from grass to these nuggets that were orange crystals and flowers and this purple stuff on it, and we're just what is this? I thought it was supposed to be green, right?
Right. Yep.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited to talk about this. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Double Shine?
Yeah, what's up? My name is Double Shine. Oh, hopefully I'm not muted. Okay. Yeah, I do politics, gaming, mainly cover economics as well as culture issues, and I stream in the mornings. For weed stuff, personally, I'm I don't think I have the knowledge of strains and stuff like that I think a lot of other people do. But I also primarily I'll do edibles and stuff like that, and I don't know if strains are really a big thing for edibles. I am a big fan of sativa. Yeah. because I like being active and stuff like that, and like it sucks when you like smoke or you're doing edibles and like your whole day basically is gone and you're just like sitting there eating food all day, which is awesome, don't get me wrong, it's really damn awesome, but it's not as sustainable as like an everyday kind of activity.
Right.
But yeah, I think edibles are really awesome because you can kind of do them like wherever you want. Like if you're going out with friends, you can just like if you're going to an amusement park, it's a lot harder to like bring in like joints and stuff like that, whereas like if you take edibles before you go in, like hey, it works. Also, I really love dabs, although I live in like a tiny little apartment right now, so can't really have like the whole rig with the butane torch and whatnot set up. But that's definitely like another thing I really love doing and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much me.
I'm just gonna hold you right there because I've got the unit for you. No butane required. All in one. G-Pen Connect. Whenever I'm on stream, this is what I'm smoking off of it every time. It costs a little bit of money. It's about anywhere between $150 to $200 depending on where you get it.
No, I mean that looks like super portable compared to like anything else.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, it fits on any bong. So like I can, it's even got you can go like it's got the outer the female attachment, but there also is a male attachment you can get for it too. So like I'm not sponsored by G-Pen or anything, but it's just a product that's been really, really good to me, and I plug it as much as I can. But yeah, so if you're looking for another alternative, that works really well.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
Hey, I'm GreatJobSpagett. I stream like just chatting, variety games, hanging out, very cannabis-centric community and stream. I've worked in cannabis on and off for the last 5-6 years, illegally the last 15. So legally the last 5. I love weed. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. And strain wise, I don't know if I have a favorite strain. I prefer I sativa in the morning, hybrids in the afternoon to night. If I can't sleep, I'll do an indica and just fucking crash. I mostly stick to flower right now, but I fuck with everything.
Oh yeah, glad to have you, and good to see you like coming on. I love getting new people into our community, so I'm excited about that. Good to have you with
Hell
us.
yeah, dude! Thanks for having me.
All right, we lost Kaaayliee again, so we'll hop over to TtenFlicks.
There she is.
Oh, okay, there we go.
She just likes making grand entrances.
That's quite all right. We can work with that. All right. So Kaaayliee, you're up.
You're up.
What?
You're up. You're for your
Oh,
introduction.
well, perfect timing. Okay, I switched my thingy, so I think it's good now. Yeah. So I'm Kaaayliee. Nice to meet everyone. I don't stream yet. You can give me a follow if you want to, but I'm not really doing anything over there right now. I prefer indica. Sativa nowadays. Most of the strains give me anxiety, so I kind of like more of the sleepy stuff. I've been smoking weed for a long time. I don't smoke as much weed as I used to. I'm sure we'll get into that. I'm sure I'll have some stories, but yeah, I don't know. I don't. Am I supposed to say my whole story? But yeah, definitely indica for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good enough. Is there any way you prefer smoke? Do you like flower? Do you like edibles or dabs? Or what's your favorites?
So yeah, right now I definitely prefer. So if I were to smoke weed right now, like actual flower, I would forget to talk most likely. That's kind of the point I'm at nowadays. I used to be really fine with it. Like I literally used to wake up and smoke weed from morning to night before work. Like all those things didn't matter. And then one day it just kind of switched. I wasn't able to do that anymore. So now I just prefer like a dab pen just because I can control it way easier. Like way easier. And honestly now I'll just take like one hit off of a pen and I'm like, okay, now I just want a snack and this is good. So I didn't really like stop smoking as much weed as I like used to by choice. Just kind of stopped doing the thing for me. But I definitely I've been through phases. I used to do like dabs for a long time, like out of a rig, and then I go from bongs and joints and like always switching it up. But for right now, I'm pretty much exclusively just using a dab pen, which is hilarious because I used to be against them. Like I used to be like, oh, just smoke some real weed. So I'm like, now I get it actually. Yeah.
The weed gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I was, and I will smoke just about everything. But for a long time, I was like, no on the pens, not happening. Like, oh, there's all this stuff in them. You know, I need to get something more pure and this and that. And now it's like, if it tastes good and it does the job, I'm not really mad at it.
Exactly.
So we all good. We all good. All right, TtenFlicks.
Yo, what's up? I'm TtenFlicks. I do a show on Tuesdays here on Twitch called The Bearded Rationals. We talk politics and all sorts of bullshit. As far as like weed goes, I'm definitely a strong sativa. Like I definitely prefer it. Usually I dab. It seems like the most efficient thing around here, and I will absolutely not buy a pen from these fucking rednecks. You couldn't pay me, dude. Absolutely, dude. That's gonna be filled with vitamin E oil and bullshit, dude. You couldn't pay me. No shot, dude. I wouldn't do it for a science experiment. Absolutely not. And I don't know. Flower is cool. That's I don't know, kind of hit and miss. I just happen to get like a really good dab guy in the middle of fucking Kentucky, and I'm just gonna stick with that. But yeah, that's me.
Oh yeah, glad to have you, TtenFlicks. This is again, TtenFlicks is an alumnus of the StonerCast. He was on our first StonerCast, so glad to have you back.
Yeah, glad to be back.
Yeahhway, how you doing, man?
Hello everyone, my name is Yeahhway. I do stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Yeahhway. I'm mostly a... Can you guys hear me well? I'm mostly a politics streamer, and I haven't really smoked or done any sort of marijuana products in probably a decade. In high school, I used to do it a lot. I used to smoke weed every day, like the song "Smoke Weed Every Day." In fact, I think it came out when I was in high school.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't have a favorite because I don't really do it that often, but I did just get this tincture from... It's legal in Illinois now, so I can get it pretty much anywhere. In fact, I got it with my little vape pen that I need because otherwise I will rip people's heads off. Don't ever smoke cigarettes, kids. If they're bad for you, they're really, really bad, and they make you into an idiot.
Based.
So I don't know. I'm not feeling it yet. Might have to take some more. Spagett. How do you say your name?
Spagett or Danny.
Spagett. I'm sorry, Danny.
Yeah,
Danny,
it's
that's
okay,
my brother's
dude.
name.
It's all good. Yeah, just call me Danny then.
All right, cool. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be here for the stories to laugh along with you guys and maybe add a few of my own. Where I usually just if I were just smoking some flower right now, I'd probably be in my corner right now crying because I get into my head a lot. So what I usually like to do is I like to get that body high, and that makes me feel giddy, makes me feel happy, and then like I feel it like right in like a what do they call them, the butterflies in your belly. I like that feeling. That feels good. So far I haven't had that, but might just because I need a little bit more. And with that, I will pass it along to the next person.
Zira, I've been hoping that we could get you on for a while. We've you kind of been on the radar for a little bit, so I'm glad that we were able to get you in here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thanks. My name is Zira67. That's what I go by here. I do mainly gacha games and RPGs. I will talk politics occasionally. I don't really have a favorite strain because I will do any and everything. I will also do any device, but my favorite kind of way to do like smoke and stuff is definitely flower. I've done edibles, that was fun. I've done dabs, that was probably the greatest experience, but it was very limited. But my favorite thing to smoke out of, I think, is a bong, because I've done like joints and blunts pretty much the whole time. That takes up a lot of weed, but I really prefer the bong. And I think that's all for me, really.
Hell yeah. I'd ask Sen, but Sen's too young and not in a legal state, so, and he's not really part of the panel, so screw that guy. Just kidding. How you doing, Sen? Thanks for being here and helping out with all the booking and stuff. You're a fucking all-star for that. I really appreciate it.
Of course, that's what I'm getting paid for, right, Jason?
That's
I should
right.
definitely get a raise.
That's right. 15-cent raise. I'll move you up to register next time.
All right. I'm looking forward to the panel. I think this will be a lot of fun.
Cool. So, just to hop in get into it real quick. One of the first things that I didn't even mention when I did my little intro is, what is my favorite strain? Yeah, sativas, of course, but like I have been so ground into the system as far as weed goes and understanding all the nuances of it and getting into the specifics of it. That's why I never get thrown off when somebody's like, I don't know my favorite strain. A lot of people don't know their favorite strain. I don't blame you for that, and especially now because there's so many out there. But there's one strain that I fucking love, and right now I can't find it anywhere, and it's making me very frustrated. But it's called Tangy, and it's just one of the most tasty strains I've ever had. It gives this like really talky high, but you don't feel like overwhelmed or like you have to talk. You know, it's natural. You know, you just kind of get that lagarita going. And I love that.
This is why we need federal legalization, so I could just send you some fucking Tangy, dude. Like, this is why. This is it. We need it. We need it for so many reasons, but that's one of them.
Yeah. Furthermore, like I wouldn't even venture to try to give you guys a favorite strain because, like, if you still buy from like a guy, you can bet your ass that they just got that off Leafly. They absolutely do not know what that bud is.
Exactly, dude. They don't know. They don't know, dude. Half the time it's bullshit on the black market.
Mm-hmm. They make up the names.
Sometimes the growers don't even know.
Right.
Like when they're growing, they think they'll like smell it and they're like, I think it is that. Like I've seen the things you see in the cannabis industry are wild. Yeah.
I found whenever I got a favorite strain that it stopped doing it for me after. Like if I found a favorite strain, I would have to like not buy it again for like another month, so it would still do the thing that I liked. Like I couldn't like repeat buy it. So then most of the time I'd forget which strain it was by the next month, and I'm like, oh damn it, what was that one that I really liked?
No, I
actually
can
really
see
interesting
that.
to me.
Go ahead.
Like how many of us have this problem where like weed doesn't work the same way it used to. Like I can't smoke the way I did. Like the last time I smoked, I got in my head like real hard. Like I was in like backwoods Michigan on a lake. The stuff was great. I don't remember what it was. Couldn't tell you. But that night I was dreaming of like, I mean, like I was just going through, it was, I don't want to say it was like an experience, right? Like it was just like, I was just imagining like what it would have been like to like be in the area, like, you know, 1,000 years ago, right? Like that was the thing. That was like the problem. I don't know where it came from, right?
Jeez, what strain are you taking?
I don't even know. And I was just imagining like Native Americans like hunting and fishing and living in this land that like
it is a mild psychedelic.
Yeah.
Let's be real, like low tolerance, really high THC content level will trip you the fuck out.
Yeah,
even
I was
high
on a
tolerance
journey.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm like constantly trying to get back to getting that high again, bro. That's why I'm always up in the ante and smoking more. Like, lucky you, honestly.
Nah, I mean yes, but like no, I get in my head and it like freaks me the hell out. Like the
Yo,
anxiety, like, I
TtenFlicks.
definitely have weed anxiety.
High five. High five.
Wait, oh no, yeah, you gotta do the bit. You gotta do the bit.
Oh.
TtenFlicks, you got it. Yeah.
My bad.
Nah, you're good.
All right. Hey, by the way, double shine, touch finger.
I want one.
What?
I want a high five.
I
want a high
this
five.
one? This one?
No,
Hey,
so
Discord
you
flip.
No,
Kaaayliee.
down,
Oh.
down.
Down.
Good.
Okay, down's
Down.
good.
Yeah, do
I
that
can do
first.
down.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna touch my finger.
This way?
You
Yeah,
both
you
have to
can
go
see
the
it.
other way.
You have to go the other way, Mad Lad.
Shit.
No, this way.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
There we go. It's because Discord flipped.
God
right?
damn it, double shot. You were doing it right the first time.
yeah, double sign. Turn your finger back around. Turn
This
it-
way?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
There
Oh
you go.
shit.
There you
Yeah,
go.
look at-
Okay, yeah, it's so
The
hard to
connection
tell. I
has
don't know
been
when to
made.
switch.
All right, now, all right, we gotta do this other thing too. Do you have a pen that looks like this?
I maybe.
Okay, look for one of those.
When you say have to
Just
do
like
this other
one.
thing.
Yeah, okay, all right, ready? All right, I'm gonna pass it down. Wait, no. You have to. Okay, put it up. Yeah, wait. Okay, so you have to put it up above. Right. Okay, and then I'm gonna pass it down. Here's the pen.
Look, I got
Wow,
it. That's
how'd
fucking
that happen?
amazing. How the hell did that happen?
Oh my
We
God.
could put on our own Twitch TV play about weed, and we could pass the bowl around literally.
Okay, it's like a magic show.
I'll get magic bowls, right? And then we'll also
Yo.
just like pass it.
I love that.
Yo,
I love
great
that.
idea.
That is awesome.
No, but so
Yeahhway, you guys who aren't smoking, you can just have the piece and just pretend that you're hitting it.
True.
I have a smoking device.
Yeah, exactly. We could all just
I have,
hit pens.
I mean, I got the lighter. Like, I still have. Still do that.
There you go.
No, it's like really crazy
love
to me
it.
how little weed I want to smoke now that things got like kind of crazy with the THC levels. Because it wasn't just that. Like the time before, I was like a fucking skeleton. I could feel my skeleton, and I was like freaked out because like, oh my god, I'm a skeleton. I got meat stuff inside, but I'm a skeleton. What the fuck? And I was like, really.
I've been
freaked out
there.
about it.
The existential weed crisis. Yeah, I've been there.
Like,
Yeah.
and it just kept happening. So then I ended up not wanting to smoke anymore. The edibles were better. I do remember the edibles were better for this, which is why I started doing. I was telling everybody before we got started, Jason. I had this weed brownie where you take a pinch of this brownie, okay? And she made a whole tray. She made a whole tray. With, I lived with a guy who was selling, and she bought a whole eighth from him. No, she didn't buy it. She had me buy it. She said, "Hey, Ollie will pay for it. Here, give me this eighth. I'll turn it into a tray of brownies." And then she made this one tray of brownies, and I took a pinch off of a brownie, and it got me fucked up beyond all recognition. Like I was just done. In fact, actually, that was the second time. The first time I tried half a brownie because I wanted to be careful, and I don't even remember that night. I keep forgetting that night even happened. And the second time was the pinch, and it still fucked me up.
No, that's my favorite part about edibles. Like, especially like I would say like 5 years ago, it was way more fun. Now everything's kind of standardized because like weed's boring now. But man, like 5 years ago, you would like take an edible and like you have no idea how strong it is, no idea how much is in there. You just eat it and it's like a wild ride, and then like you just end up like shit face like on the fucking carpet, and you're like, oh my god, that was way too much.
Yes. Yes, I have a story about that actually. So my partner that I was with at the time, she was working at this restaurant, and the guy she worked with happened to come into a bunch of really good weed. And it was one of those situations where like, he's like, I don't know how the fuck to get rid of it. Like, I'm not even counting on making any money. I just like, it's gonna go to waste. Like, do you want some of this? And she's like, well, fuck yeah. Like, what are you talking about? And he ended up giving her a QP. So we got a QP of weed, dank ass shit, and I'm sitting here like I hadn't really made brownies before. I had kind of like half-assed tried, but never really like fully like did the thing, So the ones that I had made before didn't do much. I didn't use hardly any flour. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So this time around, I'm like, I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm going all in. I'm going all in. I used the whole QP on one batch of brownies, and fuck my life. Like I was fucking like I was eating the brownies, getting high, getting the munchies, then eating more brownies, and like by the time I got done with that pan, somewhere in the midst of all this shit, I ended up moving from Phoenix to Tucson. And that's like, it's like an hour and a half away from Phoenix. What? And
You
like,
finished the whole pan?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fucked.
yeah. It took me a couple days, but it's like
Teleport, bro.
I was definitely not coherent, and like I even landed a job at a fucking smoke shop during this time. When I came out of the haze, like a couple days later, I was like, holy shit, I'm in Tucson, and I'm like staring at the ceiling like, what the fuck am I doing in Tucson? Why did I move to Tucson, And it was just like total mindfuck.
But
Yeah.
at that point, did your tolerance not start like slowly going down with them, or like they still fucked you up every time?
I think I was just so high initially that all I was doing is just bumping the high up. It was like every time I'd start to come down, it'd be like, there we go, we're back up again. And I was just, totally fucking nuts. But the good thing is working at that smoke shop was awesome. I got so much free weed from there because the guy's dad was actually like trafficking pretty big. And like one day, I won't name the shop because I don't want to get them in trouble. This is long ago. Hopefully statute of limitations is up.
But I kind of want you to just name them. Fuck them, dude. I'll name every company that I've worked for that does shady shit. Fuck them.
But I walked.
True.
Well, I didn't sign I didn't sign anything that said I can't talk about the shady shit they do. Fuck them. Fuck them. Let them know.
True. Well, actually, the smoke shop's not even there anymore. But it was a place called Puff and Stuff in Tucson. But
Fuck Puff and stuff.
I walk.
I'm with you, Spagett. I'll out some shady dealers right now. Fuck it, dude. You guys want to get on a hit list?
So I walk in. I had gone to lunch and I walk in and there's like our deliveries. You know, we always got deliveries. It's no big deal. Like you didn't think about it. You know, you go through it, open them up, do the thing. Well, I didn't know that the owner's son had left a message. He's like, "Hey, we got some boxes coming in. Whatever you do, don't open them. I'll be by to pick them up. Just let me know when they're there." And I mean, this place was so bad. Like you couldn't say shit on the phone. Like they were like, "Don't say this, don't say that." Like they're very specific. So they must have known they were being watched or some shit, you know. But I opened up the box because I didn't see the message, you know, and like it was like a box probably fucking like up just I'm 6'1", so it was about to the middle of my torso. Okay, so I opened the box up and all of a sudden there's just this plume of fucking weed smell that comes out of it. The whole box was filled with fucking weed. The whole fucking thing. Like, I mean, and I'm sitting here thinking, damn, I was gonna take out some dope ass bongs, but I'd rather take out some dope ass dope, you know, like. So I put the tape back on it because I'm like, shit, this is bad, dude. Like, this is really bad. I'm fucked, right? So I go, so I called the owner's son. I'm like, hey, dude, there's this box here, and I think you should come look at it. I don't think I should. Like, I opened it because I didn't know what it was. He's all, shit, you didn't get the message, did you? I was like, no. He's like, don't say anything else. You know what? You deserve a bonus. Take whatever you want out of the box and then take a 15-minute break. Oh, did I ever take
Only
what I
15
wanted
minutes?
out of that box?
Jeez.
Right?
We give you fucking 15 minutes.
So and when he said take whatever you want, he literally meant as much as I wanted to take. So I was like, all right, big ass gallon Ziploc bag, let's do the thing. You know, like taking it out to my car, all smiles, got in my car, smoked a little joint, walked back in, the box is gone. Never heard anything about it again. That was the last I ever heard about it. And I was like, cool with me. All good. All good. It was AK-47 though, which was really a dope ass strain back then. So I was pretty happy.
And all
about
that happened because you didn't even know you were in Tucson.
Yeah. So I went from getting weed really cheap and using that weed to
for free.
moving to Tucson and then getting more weed, only that weed was free and better.
My best day was when my dealer roommate moved out and he was like, hey, I can't bring this with me. Here you go. And it was just this giant Ziploc bag. And my other roommate had a vaporizer. And I just spent the next month of my life
nice.
with this bag of weed.
In a fog and a haze.
Like, I don't remember it whatsoever.
It's funny because, well, I'm in Canada, so it's like all legalized at the same time. And all of the like head shops that used to like illegally sell weed just started legally selling weed. It was such a funny transition.
It's like, hey, you don't have to use the password anymore, bro. Just like come in and get it, you know?
Bring that shit out from the back.
You don't gotta do the handshake anymore. We're good.
Yeah, literally, yeah. It was a good day because it took a minute to get there. And then I remember like seeing a sign outside of like my favorite head shop, and I'm like, "Oh my god, they made it! They made it!
Right.
They made it this far! They didn't get caught, and now they get to do it legally." I was like so proud. It was like, it was amazing.
So
yeah, most vape stores sell weed. Throwing that out there.
Yep.
If you're really desperate, and there's a really good vape store, just get along with the staff. They probably know where the weed's at.
That's right. That's
a pro tip. That's a pro tip for y'all. That's everywhere.
That's where I got my tincture. But then again, it's legal in Illinois, so you can just walk into any one of these like bodegas or corner stores and you can get it, the CBDs or whatever.
kind of crazy because you guys are talking about like, oh, getting it through like vape stores. There's like 2 dispensaries that are closer to me than like my local grocery store.
Yeah,
That's because I'm
right.
in California, so it's fucking everywhere. Like,
Hell yeah.
it's hard to miss.
Right.
I actually,
It's on
You
your
guys, you guys were on
Central
top of that
Orange.
way sooner. Sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. No, it's the same in Arizona. Like, I'm so surprised because if you look at how our legislation is on just about everything else, we're fucking assholes. But when it came to weed, it's like, it's the one thing that conservatives and progressives and everybody came together on. The retirees, everybody was like, we're legalizing that shit. This is happening. We're gonna make it happen, man. I talked to so many people that disagreed with me politically when I was doing the canvassing stuff, but when it came to the weed thing, they were like, "Oh hell yeah! Oh hell
Right?
yeah!" I was like,
Granny's
see,
like, "It's good for
weed
my
brings
glaucoma."
people together.
It really does. If only we could just legalize it again to like fix all our political divisions.
You know,
Oh, federally. That's
Yeah,
the next
right.
step. That's the next step.
That's true. Yeah, we're still. You know, I forget about that. Actually, like just generally speaking, I'm just like so used to everybody just getting whatever the fuck they want whenever they want it. It should be federally legal.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's the
Federally
next
legal.
step.
We gotta start mandating it. Okay, take a little.
That's
bit
right.
before work
Everybody
every
needs
morning.
to have.
Mandated.
Like, instead of UBI, it should just be like everybody gets like an allotment like every month, right? Like just like shipped by the government to your house.
oh, have
Like,
you
he's
ever
like
seen?
I think you need to run for office.
Have
I
you
think
ever-
that is your next step.
Hey, all right.
Have you
cool.
ever seen the movie
First
Children of Men?
No.
Okay, really good dystopian movie, but in the movie, it's like the world's ending because people can't procreate anymore. Like the youngest child dies, and like everybody's like in a panic.
Jared Butler.
No, who was the guy that was in it?
I'll
Not
look it
Gerard
up.
Clive
Butler.
Owen. Clive Owen, Julianne.
Yeah,
Moore.
Clive Owen.
They're
Clive
horrible.
Owen. There you go.
That's it. Thank you.
But like, because everyone's like so depressed and having all these issues with the fact, oh, no more children are being born, it's going to be the end of our species. They send them out weed care packages. And I'm like, fuck yeah, they all get strawberry cough. I'm like, I love strawberry cough. I need this in my life right now. So here's Mad Lad and preaching the truth right now.
I
You know,
mean,
let's
I'm
go.
all about this. Like, let's just do it. Whatever. Going back to the edible thing real quick. My first experience with edibles. I was telling everybody about this. So it was me and my brother, and we're hanging out with these 2 sisters, okay? And they brought weed. They brought a tray of cookies, and they brought weed. So we smoked the weed, and we're just chilling. And then I had the munchies. I started eating, like, just chowing down on cookies. Okay, so I was already high. It was pretty good weed, and I was eating 8 or 9 cookies. And my brother did the same thing. And the sister's like, "Why are you eating so many cookies?" And we're like, "We're hungry." And like, the girl looks at me. She's like, "Those are weed cookies."
Oh,
like,
no.
Oh, and I had like, you know, half a cookie in my hand at that time, right? I was like, "Oh." I ate the rest of the cookie.
Yeah,
At
let this
that
go
point,
waste.
it's like, fuck it, right? You know?
For the rest of the night, my brother and I were babbling at each other. We couldn't talk. We couldn't make words work. And we were just babbling at each other. But somehow, when I babbled at him, he understood me. And he'd babble back at me. And I understand him. And then we'd start cracking up. And the 2 girls that were with us were
Dude,
just like, what the fuck?
That reminds me of the time that my brother and I did shrooms, and I was watching Harry Potter, and all of a sudden I go, "Danny!" And he goes out of nowhere from his room. He goes, "I know!" And we both started crying, and we were like we were telepathically talking to each other. We like it was so great. I don't even remember what it was that we knew, but we just knew, and it was great.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that's.
So
If I were to have a drug of choice, that would be it. Maybe like microdosing, but maybe like
Microdosing is a good move.
I actually have a friend that just went through a microdosing regimen. He did it for about, well, he's now, I guess he's still on it. He's like at the tail end of his 2nd month, and it's like, the system he's got up is about 3-month cycle. But he's actually said as far as his mental health and stuff goes, because he was kind of getting in a rut, especially like with having to stay in with COVID and all that shit. And he said it's actually really helped him. He said he's like been fucking all chipper, like he feels better about life. He's going out. He's like, I would equate it to taking a really low dose of Xanax or something, where it's just enough to like get you to feel like, oh, today's gonna be great, you know, and like. Like, I have never microdosed shrooms. Like, I always went balls to the wall with shrooms. So
Me
like,
neither.
I'd like to try that. I think that would be interesting to see what the effects would be.
I've done it a few times, but it's not on purpose. It's because the shrooms were bugs.
Oh no!
So like I got like a whole thing, right? And like they tasted terrible, right? Like they smelled like cow manure, and you're like we chugged like Mountain Dew to like make it like help it go down. And I get like the body high or whatever, but it wouldn't do anything. Like they just kind of hung out.
See,
And...
all the shrooms I've had, and everyone fights me on this. All the shrooms I've had, they literally just taste like mushrooms, and they were good. They were great shrooms.
I love
Like
shrooms.
it never bothered me because I like mushrooms. I can eat raw mushrooms. Of course, they're a little bit more squishy, but like they're fine. Like I don't know, it never bothered me.
Wait, were your shrooms were squishy or dry?
No, they're a little squishy. They're like kind of dry, and then they're a little bit squishier when you chew them. I haven't had shrooms in a very long
I have a
time.
question.
We gotta get you some.
Please go ahead,
Sorry.
Zira.
I've never done shrooms. I've always wanted to. My friends talk about how it's an amazing experience. So for the people that are experienced in it, like what is the best way or like recommended way that you would take the shrooms? Because I heard there's like tea, you can eat it straight up, put it in a sandwich. I don't know.
Eat it.
I like tea.
Tea
I
is
haven't
very
done the
intense
tea.
for some people. The tea
Oh, I was
is-
gonna say.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
us
I was
first.
gonna say I haven't done tea before only because I'm scared that I couldn't control it as well as eating them. Because whenever I did shrooms, I would essentially like microdose first and then like go up from there. So I would like eat a little bit, see how I feel, an hour later take a little bit more and like kind of go through the night gradually like taking more. And then some of my friends too would like stop halfway before I did more and then they were at a good level. The only thing with tea is for me I'd be scared of not being able to control it, but I haven't done it, so I can't say too much about that one. But I found eating them with like I honestly just ate them straight up. My friends would usually eat them on just like a piece of bread with peanut butter, and it's kind of like squishy all together. So I don't know. It
Okay, that makes
depends on
sense.
your preference. Yeah.
So one way you can do them that it was like a thing I tried later on after I'd been doing shrooms for a little bit, but it's perfectly acceptable. Like an easy way to do it is it's a method called lemon tech, and it's actually like you basically grind up the mushrooms and put them in like lemon juice or limes.
Okay.
And
Well, that's why we drank the Mountain Dew. It's the same idea. We want to use the ascorbic acid.
yeah, exactly.
Citric acid.
Interesting.
So here's.
Oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
No,
No, finish what you're saying, dude.
Oh no! So basically, you grind up the mushrooms. You put the mushrooms into a glass and squeeze lemon or lime juice over them. Let it sit for about 20 minutes. Stir it a little bit and down it. That's it.
Hell yeah.
Sounds easy.
But that will give you a lot of the effects, and also if you're not into the flavor, there's not much of a flavor when you do it that way. So I generally I don't know, like to me, like taking mushrooms is like taking medicine. So I've had some that are like pretty okay. I'm not crazy about mushrooms anyways, but I can tolerate them. Like I like mushrooms on my steaks and shit like that. But so it's in certain ways, if they're cooked certain ways, I'll eat them. But so
This is
like
for the
I don't
Twitch,
mind
right?
it. Just
Twitch mods
what's that?
for the Twitch admins. We're talking about the pizza topping, nothing else.
That's right, the pizza
Nothing-
topping.
Nothing illegal.
Yeah, just pizza toppings. I mean, in Oregon, we're talking about psychedelic mushrooms because they're legal here. They're decriminalized.
What?
Oh, yeah, yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
Same in
yeah,
Canada.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Really?
why,
Awesome.
and I have a lot of friends who are cannabis guys who are moving towards that end of the spectrum. So I've been really considering starting to microdose and see the effects because like someone said before, they went balls to the wall. I think it was Jason. You just always go balls to the wall, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I did that for a long time, and then I ended up getting a grinder and then grinding it all up and then getting empty pill capsules and then weighing out
Yes.
each pill capsule and then tearing the pill capsule, then filling it up and then weighing it and then seeing how much each one weighed and then I would like just put them all out and like just okay, so that's an eighth. I know for sure this is an eighth in 7 capsules, and then I put that over, and then I just do that, and that way I could microdose without ever having to taste it. And the only thing I would get are like the mushroom burps if I didn't eat enough food with it.
Right.
But if you eat other food with it, done deal. You'll never taste them.
Mm-hmm.
That's my like preferred way of taking mushrooms. But it's a little time consuming. Instead of just shoving them in your mouth and having an experience like humans have done for millions of years.
I'm like Kaaayliee. I don't mind the taste of it. I'll just chew it up really good in my mouth, and then maybe have some orange juice to get the digestive fluid going, and like help your stomach to digest it. And last time I did it was last summer. Oh wow! I took a whole eighth, and I was I was feeling pretty good until I wasn't, and then now that's why I kind of want to just microdose from now on to see if I. Yeah, at the end of the night, I was yes, I am God, and that is me, and I cannot be hurt. And in fact, if you were to open a window right now, I'd probably go flying, and that's kind of why I was like, that's probably not a good high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The God high.
I always like, I haven't really had like pretty good experiences with it, but I was also always around a lot of people. But every time that I would like get lost, because most of the time we were outside doing something else, I would wander off and I would go by myself. And it's like I figured out so much about myself and figured out like so much of like what to do about my current situations at that time that like I don't do any sort of drugs anymore other than weed, and that is like probably the only one that I would ever consider doing again. Just because I'm sober other than weed, to explain. So it's I don't drink or anything, and so that would probably be one that I would do again just because like it actually helped me so much. But I agree, once I reached past that point, it was like, yeah, I am God, I am invincible. And it's like, that's not very healthy. And I was just lucky I was around people, because I don't know where it could have went if I was alone for too long. Yeah.
But to get back on the weed stuff, because I think that's what this whole thing is about. The one time that I made brownies, well, actually I've made them a few times, but the one time that was really, that stood out to me, and I remember it because like I did a lot of it in high school, and I don't remember high school at all. Like I don't remember high school, so
Lucky.
It's crazy. I smoked so much weed in high school that I don't remember it at all. Anyway, so I got like a whole ounce of just like the swag weed from my cousin, who was a gangbanger back in the day, and he was like, yeah man, I can get it for you like for $100. And I'm like, okay, sure, let's do it. And then I put the whole thing into one tray of brownies, and I ate half the tray, and dude, I don't know how I got from wherever I was to my friend's house, and then I just like, and then I sat in his backyard, kind of just nodding off, like kind of like how people on H do things, like they just kind of just like they're kind of just nodding off the whole time, right? And then like he had like other friends of mine come over. They're like, hey Jake, are you okay? Like, hey, Yeahhway, sorry, I just doxed myself. So anyway, they're like, Yeahhway, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. And then like his mother came out to see that I was doing okay, and I was there for 18 hours until the very next day, 6 o'clock in the morning. I woke up like I embarrassed the hell out of myself, and I ran away. I ran back home. It was very funny, but also kind of like really high. I've never been so high in my life, and I've never been high since. Never been that high since.
Yeah.
Now I need to get high.
The
That's
mixing,
right.
so like I would get crossfaded like a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like I would get like super hammered, and then I'd like smoke. The worst thing that ever happened. So the alcohol I would drink was like just ratchet, all right? Like the whole point was just to get drunk. I didn't care what it tasted like. So Bacardi 151 was like a thing back in the day, like 75% alcohol, and I would mix it with Faygo to make the taste go away. And there's 2 Faygo flavors that worked really, really well. One of them was blue raspberry. So I had this bright blue drink, and I chugged like 2 or 3 glasses of this stuff, and like it was like 6 to 9 shots, don't remember what, and then I smoked some fantastic dank herb, and I was sitting on this couch, and it all hit me at the same time, and I puked all over this couch. It turned out the house I was staying at, or was partying or whatever, the guy whose apartment it was, he was housing my boss. My boss was secretly living there. And that couch was my boss's couch.
No.
Fuck yeah, then. Stick it to the
I
man.
puked all over my boss's couch while I was crossfaded and fucked up. And like we had like this really formal relationship up until this point, right? Like we were just like, he didn't know that I was a degenerate, and I didn't know he was a degenerate, right? And then like this happened, and we're both like, oh, I guess we're gonna party now, huh?
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. But,
Just like Jason was saying, weed brings people together.
It do. It do. I believe that. I absolutely believe that.
I spent many nights at that store very, very not awake.
Yeah.
Shelf books. It was a bookstore. It was a Borders bookstore. So I would shelf books while stoned, and it was great.
That sounds like a good task to do while you're stoned, actually. It's like kind of mundane, but you're on your feet, so it's like, I could see that being entertaining.
Books.
Yeah.
Like a book, you'd look at the spines, and then you try and make everything nice and flush.
Mm-hmm.
And then like if you do a good job, it felt really good. Like I don't know, like for me, I would just like run my finger along it, like yeah, everything is nice and flat. Okay, cool. And then I move to like the next shelf.
I'm
I
curious.
work packaging. Sorry.
Did anybody have like a good first experience with weed? Because I know that my first time was like the biggest disappointment ever. And it's weird because I've never like I don't hear people talk about this, but like the first time I had weed, it was like at like a frat or something like that. Because I didn't even start smoking until like college basically. And I remember I like took it and everyone's like, "Oh my god, are you feeling it?" I'm like, "Yeah, totally." I didn't feel shit. I was like, "What the?"
That actually happens. That actually happens to like I know like at least 5 people who did not get high the first time. My stepdad can't. Stepdad can't get high. I have given him large amounts of edibles. I've given him vapes. I made him do a dab. The man can just not get high.
A dab?
Like,
are you gonna do anything?
nothing. It did nothing. It's just like so that's not that crazy, but that sucks that you had like everybody was like expecting you to like have an experience. Like I hate that like I don't want to be performative while I'm trying to have a drug experience. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, especially my first time, I'm not like I don't want to be like everybody watching me. Like fuck,
what's he gonna do?
It's the worst. Could you just let me be on the couch?
Like it comes from like a good place. I know that they're trying to like help and make sure like you're having a good time and stuff like that, and that like you're not like going crazy. But like it's weird because you almost have like this expectation, and like you can't like really know what being high off a drug until you've had it really feels like. So when people ask you, it's like, yeah, fuck, I don't know, dude. Am I? Like I feel like a little bit happier than usual, but it's not like anything crazy.
I had a fantastic first experience with weed. I'll have you all know. It was awesome. I found some amazing weed. I remember seeing it at the time and even like being like that is far too green than any of the dirt weed that I've seen my friends smoke. Like this is definitely some fucking fire. We smoked at it was like during the like county fair thing here. I immediately left. I had the option of funnel cakes. It was fantastic. It was an awesome experience.
Good choice.
Then my buddy's grandmother lived in town. She fucking home cooked for us, bro. It was awesome. We sat on her. What'd
she make?
She made us fucking biscuits and gravy at like 4 p.m., bro. Like, could you imagine? Oh, bro, it was a fantastic experience. I wish more experiences were like my first time smoking weed.
That's a great first.
Zero, were you gonna say something? I think Zero was about.
Go ahead, Zero.
Yeah, my mic was cutting off. But the first time I smoked, I felt kind of gaslit because I didn't feel anything, and everyone was like passing around the blunt, and I was like hanging out with a lot of people, and it was my first time hanging out with them too. And they're like, "Oh, do you feel something? Do you feel something?" I'm like, "No," and they're like, "Oh, you're lying. No, you feel something." I'm like, "Do I? I'm confused." But definitely every time after that, I don't know if anyone has gone through this, but it definitely happened to me, and been made fun of for this, but I would actually like cry in a happy way. Like I was so happy that I would start crying. But the first time it was weird because it was absolutely nothing. I don't know.
I don't know
I
that
haven't-
I've never out and out cried, but I've gotten that feeling of like intense joy where you're like, where my eyes are definitely watering around, like on that verge of like, oh, it just feels so good. Yeah, early on, I remember getting stuff like that. Just like I think somebody else was talking about getting like the butterflies in their stomach. DoubleShine, were you saying that? Yeah.
Well,
like
yeah,
that
it's
little-
almost like it's like performance anxiety. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, "Damn, you should be so," and you're like, just like, I don't know, you know.
I
My
love
first
that.
time sucked.
It's like that song by the. It's
Or
like that
the
song by the
worst-
Flaming Lips.
The worst is when you actually start
one?
thinking like, "Oh, this is what being high is,"
Singing in
and you're
chat.
just so disappointed, and you're like, "Wow, like this sucks. Why does anybody want to do this? This is not like entertaining."
Do you realize?
Go ahead.
Just sing your song. Sing your song.
Yeah, sing it, dude.
I like,
Oh,
yeah.
here for it.
that happiness makes you cry. Something like that. Hold on, I'm listening to it now. You guys don't know this song, dude? We gotta play this. Here, I will share. I will absolutely share my screen for this.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Do you have share screen permission? Okay, good.
Of course.
And so it stops doing the thing, I guess. And I'll have to like look into it, but someone explained it to me, like actually just recently, and it makes sense. I also like I used to be in really bad like active addiction for a number of other drugs, and I am a year sober now. So I think when I was like doing a lot of hard drugs for me, weed was like the bare minimum, and it was like nothing, right? And then when I got sober, that was like that's now like now I'm not in like my, I don't want to say right mind, but like you're not sober, right?
Yeah.
So it used to be like nothing, and now it feels like everything. As well as like it just changed in my brain. It just doesn't react the same anymore.
Your brain chemistry changed too. So like, I mean, you stopped introducing drugs and you let your brain chemistry settle and stuff, and that changes over time as well. Like,
Mhm.
dude,
No, exactly.
yeah, like I know plenty of people who have been huge stoners who can't. I had to stop for a long time because of anxiety. I still sometimes have bouts where I'm like, can't smoke for the next week, like because it makes me have a panic attack. So I think it's normal.
I will say one of the things that's helped me, especially since weed's been either medically or recreational legally, is to take tolerance breaks. Take a few days off, go up to the mountains or something like that. Then when you come back, like if your tolerance has been built up, oh, it's real nice. You get a real nice fucking high first bowl that you like. But then if you're having other tolerance issues, it can kind of level those out as well. And kind of bring you back to zero. So if the issue is your tolerance is almost too low, sometimes just completely abstaining for like 3 or 4 days will reset your system and say it's go time. I'm in a lot of groups here locally and in a lot of like I guess now they're just like social clubs, but they were like weed advocacy groups. So, but there's just a bunch of people that get together and like smoke collectively and go to like events and stuff. And there's always big talk about that. They're like, hey, make sure you take your tolerance break before we go to like, we just had a Earl Cup here. Make sure you take your tolerance break before you go to Earl Cup so you can like really, really enjoy it. And so we all like kind of plan to do that shit together. So that way when we go into it, it's like we all just get fucking blasted. And it's so much fun that way. But yeah, I use it a lot as a tool as well. Somebody was talking about how they get a little introspective and can kind of reset their thinking on things. A lot of times with issues surrounding conflict, it works really well for me because I can detach a little bit the emotional aspect and use my rational brain, and be like, okay, now let's parse this out, like let's not let the emotions get in the way, and we'll just, mentally figure it out and then come back and have the conversation with that person, So it's always worked really good with me for those kinds of things.
Except when it comes to Destiny, you yelling at him.
No, that's always going to happen.
He said that Jason was based after Jason.
It's true.
I saw that on Twitter, yes, and I liked it.
The nod. You got the dusty nod.
Go.
Wait, what was it you were saying to those people? That they're all idiots, blah, blah, blah?
I can't even remember. I just went off on a tangent. I was pissed. It was like it was one of those no-win conversations with people that were just like not, and it wasn't totally Destiny. It was really GSU that was more than anything, because I just can't stand his fucking ad homs. He calls everybody an idiot, everybody a dummy. You know, he insults people's intelligence, and I just don't think that's like.
My last argument with
that's fucking shitty, dude. Like, don't fucking do that to me, because
I think it's for entertainment
dummy.
value. Even if you don't like it, it's like his audience likes it, and it gets like people in who are like who need that in the content. But like the more important thing is the actual content. It's all, I feel like at that level of content creation, you're doing like some weird psychological games, especially in the like the political game. You're always constantly looking for clout and how to chase that, and how to put yourself, position yourself in some way. That's at least how I feel as an outsider who watches politics but doesn't stream that kind of content.
Largely true a lot of the time.
But GSU is not true though, because GSU doesn't have like that.
No, he's just a dick.
GSU, he like actually believes the stuff.
He's
like,
genuinely like, yes, yeah.
now, like
I
actually have
oh, sorry, go on.
I was saying, like, I actually have like a decent relationship with GSU. Like, usually we get along like all right, despite his like takes I completely disagree with.
You get along with everyone problematic though, so that's not an exception. Literally every problematic person he's friends with. Literally everyone.
I mean, he's talking to me, and apparently I'm problematic too.
Friends?
So you know,
Oh, shit.
that's
He's
good.
like, I've had some really productive conversations with Brittany. Whatever.
Oh shit! No.
Madeline, did you leave that
Oh,
Discord
damn.
quick when everything started going down?
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my god.
That has not happened. I will have you know that Brittany wants my head. She doesn't know it yet, but like, I was the one who muted her the night that she was like really pissed off about being muted. So when she finds out about this, I've been saying on like the panel circuit last week. So when she finds out, she's gonna be coming at me hard.
Mike, don't forget to
That's a good
delete this VOD.
I don't care. Like, whatever. Like, it was weird. Interacting with race realists is weird, you know, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for me, it's especially a little bit weird. It was bound to happen anyway. But no, so with GSU, we got into fighting words over the use of language, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, he wants to do this fucking shit thing, and I'm calling it fucking shit thing in the hopes that he sees this video. Because he wants to basically use a disclaimer. He wants to say, hey, every word I use from here on out is not going to mean its traditional meaning. You have to take everything I say in the best possible way. All right?
What?
Are they on
he wants
Twitch?
to front load.
What?
He wants to front
No.
load his language. Basically, he's saying, like, hey,
What's their name on
so-
Twitch?
What, GSU? GSU
Yeah.
Gambit.
Yep.
So he basically wants to like add a disclaimer at the front of a conversation and then never have to clarify language afterwards.
Yeah.
And then he was
It's like
calling me an
being like,
idiot.
yeah, if you act in really good faith here, then you'll understand my argument. You just have to
Right,
give me like
it's
the most
bull
charitable
fucking shit.
interpretation.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely bullshit. Like, I'm not going to translate your words in the best possible light because there's context that, like, you know, you're conveying when you use language without the disclaimer in between your sentences.
Right, yeah.
Like,
You could
if
say
I'm
some
not
absolutely
alone-
bonker shit next. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So if I'm not along with your fucking shit take, everybody's gonna think I'm an idiot. So no, fuck you. You can clarify your language every single sentence.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, and that's to my point. So how do I take, like, for instance, like, in the best faith, him calling me an idiot or him telling somebody else they're fucking stupid?
No, he didn't
or-
mean that. Idiot also means very, very smart, actually. So you should just take it in good faith.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yes.
It's all good
everything
faith.
I would say to him, he would take one word and then be like, well, this actually means this. And I'm like, but do you understand what I'm saying in this context? He's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, Well, then I used language clearly, and you understand what I'm saying, so we can move on.
literally
It's just
grab a
like so
dictionary.
frustrating.
You'll grab a dictionary and it'll look for every single fucking interpretation of the words you use to try to undercut your. It's like playing with semantics. Like nobody wants to fuck around with semantics. Just
Exactly.
be as clear as you can. Both parties have to be. All right. Sorry, we're talking about pot. I don't want to talk about GSU's Gambit.
What's
Yes.
GSU Gambit's favorite strain? You guys think?
The non-strain. He actually hates weed smokers. He not hates them, but he thinks they're stupid. And thinks
No,
that-
you know what was really crazy?
So I'm
though?
like, what
It
the
was on
fuck?
Primes.
I had that conversation with him actually. Fuck. I don't even want to get shit.
We were talking
GSU
about
at college?
Yeah,
Fuck that
so
place.
GSU was talking about his college experience, and he was talking about like the orgies he participated in. And I was
When
like,
we were
what the
talking, okay, we'll move on. But to be fair,
They might
okay,
have
we
to
were
smoke weed to
talking.
get an orgy.
He jumped on the panel. It was a closed panel. We were talking about gynos as women, and if we would rather men or women. And he jumped on and started talking about college sex orgies. And we're like, what's
All
going
right, I feel
on?
like okay.
Like
Well,
I feel like online,
I
anyone who
think
talks
from what
about
I'm
much about
hearing-
sex, I just automatically assume like they're not actually having
They're
that much
having
sex.
zero sex.
Yeah, like
Right,
all the
yeah.
people I know in real life that have like a lot of sex, they never fucking talk about it. So it just makes me a little curious why like people are so interested to like go online and like brag about like all their adventures.
It's true.
It's weird, you know.
It is
I
weird.
just want
It
to
is
say,
weird.
from what I'm hearing, we should definitely get GSU StonerCast Ragers.
only if we can convince him to get stoned so that he'll chill the fuck out.
He sounds like he needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite is when they start like talking about a sex thing, and you're like, I'm pretty sure I actually saw that on like top rated yesterday on Pornhub. So you know, I'm a little weird.
Going back to
Hey,
the
listen, guys, we all go to X
discussion.
Hamster. It's cool. No.
Step brother, you gotta help me.
Step brother, can you clean my bowl?
Back when I was in
Brother,
college.
I'm having so much trouble cleaning this bong. Step brother, can you help me? Like that?
Trying to get in the business? You're doing a pretty good job.
Am I in the business?
You look like you might be having some trouble with your pipe.
Just been working this bong, baby. Just been working it all night long, baby.
I can't look away.
You just can't look away. Just working it.
I don't want to.
Why not? Two-handed, you know?
Going back to the gynecology thing.
Gotta go double inverted Euro grip.
Not go back to the gynecology thing. Let's talk weed, please. Love God.
What if I'll come back up later? I'm sure it's fine.
Yep, it definitely will.
Yeah, we'll
Naturally.
rotate back around to the
Okay.
gyno topic.
Next like moment of silence, Mad Lad's gonna like hop back in and try to like bring it back, you know?
That's good. Callbacks are good.
Oh fuck.
Oh my fucking god.
Do you guys think that a lot of celebrities do like drugs?
Yeah.
But, like,
Yes.
just don't talk
Yeah,
about it?
yeah, definitely.
Why
Um,
wouldn't they? They can
Thank you.
afford
Yeah.
them too.
And not
Yeah.
just like use I mean like on a pretty frequent basis, you know? Like do you guys think
Yeah.
like
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
is it
Yeah.
is this actually how the
Those
world
VH1
works?
with
Everyone's just
music?
doing drugs?
Yeah.
I think
a
once you're
bar's job is to get the weed or the other drugs. Like seriously.
You ever
It's-
listen to like
it's-
half the lyrics of all the music?
yeah.
They're about
True.
drugs.
I think
Yeah, I
Carmen's
didn't know if that was
that's
just like
Oh,
a
no.
aesthetic or not, you know?
But there was
Okay.
there was a thing I used to hear around the bars when I was like first going out and stuff, and it was like something along the lines of, once you're 30, you realize everybody loves cocaine.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, right,
I was
right.
like, is that
Everyone,
like the
you'll,
age
you'll
or
go
I
out
something?
to
realized
drink.
that too early then. That was
You'll
Yeah, it's
Your
really just whenever
circle.
you try it, you're like, damn, okay, I get it now.
yeah.
Ne-
Yeah.
Never worked for me.
I do have to ask real quick, while we're talking about celebrities using drugs, Mad Lad, does Magnus frequently use anything?
Okay,
Magnus.
so I don't know about chess player.
Wait, you
That's
know
just
Magnus
don't
Carlsen?
expose
Expose other people's drug use.
Okay,
Don't
so
do
first
that.
of all,
No.
we're going to I don't know.
If Magnus isn't okay with it, that's fine.
If you, yeah,
Do you live with him or something?
No.
He sells weed to
Yeah, I wouldn't.
We don't want to do getting. I don't know Magnus Carlsen.
Oh, you've
okay,
talked
because
about
like
it. I
that
thought
would
you
have been
have.
awesome.
Okay.
I have, and like if I did want to talk about any kind of connection I may or may not have with the gentleman, I would not want to mention it on this specific stream because I may or may not work with scholastic aged children teaching the subject of chess, and it would be really, really awkward.
That's the fun part about Twitch. You just can say you're an entertainer.
Wait,
They share an Adderall dealer. That's the
Are you-
truth.
Are you?
And eventually, those kids are going to learn
are you
about
world
Adderall
ranked or something?
playing chess.
I mean, not world rank, but I mean, like I'm a professional chess player. That's what I do, like
Dude,
for
that's
life.
fucking awesome. I
I
watch
thought
chess,
he-
like, every day.
I thought he
I,
wrote a book, and then he broke the news to me that he didn't write it the other
I
day.
published this chess book. This is an actual chess book that I published. It was written
Nice.
by I don't know if he would be thrilled to have his name attached to this anyway, but it's all good. It's a great book. It's called The Next to Last Mistake. It turns out that chess players are a little bit more straight edge than
True.
a lot of chess players are more straight edge. Not all of
Oh
them.
my god.
Hey,
There's two camps actually.
but you never know.
There's
I
like-
you
like
could,
chess,
you
but I
could
prefer it
chess
in
raw.
person.
Holy shit!
There's
You
a
published
chess
for
prof, and
NM
then
Jeremy
there's everybody
Kane.
else.
Yeah,
You-
exactly.
you could feasibly just be trying to appeal to the stoner chess crowd so that they would read the book. You're just doing a solid, you know.
True.
Exactly.
I mean, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, like Hikaru Nakamura and Eric Hansen from the Chess Bras got into like a fist fight while drunk, like in the street. I actually don't care.
Were you there?
No, it's on video. So like,
I know. I've seen it.
But like, what's crazy about this video, right? You've got like the world's most famous chess players watching these two fight in the fucking street, like college, like, you know, kids or whatever, right? And then like, you know, you've got Yasuo Sarawan, like one of the most respected chess players of all time, like
Commenting.
laughing about, just like commenting on this fight that broke out.
Amazing.
They're just.
That's so funny.
This should be right. And it should be like a scandal, right, in the chess world, and nobody gives a shit. I feel like everybody's like starting to like kind of tone down a little bit. So,
Well, I mean,
but yeah.
if you listen to the stories of back in the day, that kind of stuff
Hey,
happened all
Anthony,
the
thanks
time.
for the follow. I appreciate it.
right, but like, you know, you keep shit on the DL, right? Like there's like the DL stuff, and then there's like, you know, making a public spectacle with like all the world famous, like, you know, you're supposed to be like all chill and, you know, front, like at least like some measure of like reformed intelligence and intellect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're, you know, getting drunk off your ass and fighting in the street.
Oh my god, dude.
It just goes to show, no matter how intelligent you are, it can always come down to the lowest level at some point, you know?
It absolutely. I got this gift. Here, hold on. I'll find this gift. I'll find this gift for you guys. This is like primo content. But keep talking. I'll find it eventually.
I'm just smoking some of this fucking... I got lemon meringue flour, and it tastes just like lemon meringue. It's so fucking good. So I've been smoking
Who's the
that.
grower? When I buy weed, I typically go for the gardens, the growers, the cultivars, the people who are actually doing like high quality, well reviewed, like you can look up their all their information of each strain, like on the back of it. Like, to me, that's like the shit I'm going for, because I've seen so much terrible shit in the industry that now I don't just go for like XYZ. If I when I'm in a legal state, of course. Like, don't get me wrong. When I lived in New Jersey, I was like the dude with the weed, and I've got the weed that's in the bag. That's the strain I'm smoking. Like, I've been there for a long time, so I understand it. But now I'm like, who's the grower? What's the garden? As well.
Yeah, I was trying to actually find the bag because I wanted to load some, and I can't find it. So
When you do go to dispensaries and stuff, ask your bud tender, what's the best grower or company?
yeah, there's a couple companies that there's ones that I really like in Arizona. I mean, because it's all going to be grown in the state. So,
Right.
But there's a company called TrueMed, and they are actually the growers of all their own products. So they're not only the dispensary, they're the actual grower for everything, and they don't
Hell
sell
yeah.
they don't sell any well, they do sell some stuff that they don't grow, but very, very few items. And they really have to be like top-notch items for them to sell them.
They're ones that customers have asked for so many times that they're like, fine, we'll do a fucking deal with them. Yeah, I worked for companies like that.
So, but they're like, that's my go-to spot, you know, when I can. It's a little bit more, but like the bud stays, you know, not moist, but, you know, perfectly cured, you know, for quite a while. And they even put the little Bovita packs in the bags and shit to make sure it stays good. So
that's
The ones that
fucking
you can eat,
fire.
right?
what's that?
The ones that you can eat.
Look, everything's ingestible.
Yeah, that's
Matters if you want to live.
Can I just say that bud tenders are the nicest people? There was one time where I walked in, and this is when I first was going to transition from weed to a dab pen, just for like just convenience purposes. I think I couldn't have the smell for a while or something, and I realized my dab pen, I didn't have the charger for it, or I lost it. And I walked in, I was like, "Is there any way I can just buy the charger?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't sell them by that, but like I'll see if we have like one laying around." Literally 5 employees like walk to the back, and they're like searching through all these little bins, and they come out and they're like, "Look, we're trying to find one for you." And they're like have these like bunch of like these little bins with like miscellaneous things, and I'm like, oh my god, if it was that big of a thing, I wouldn't have asked. Like, thank you so much. I didn't find one. I just ended up buying another one because they're like $10. But it was like just one of those moments where I'm like, damn, and it was so genuine. Like, they genuinely wanted to find this little thing for me, and I'm like, it was so sweet.
There's definitely times where I'll go into, there's certain shops I'll go into, and I'm specifically going because of a bud tender, because I'm like, I want them to talk to me because they get me, you know, like they can, like I can tell them what I want. I can not even articulate it well, you know, and they'll be like, I got you, man. I got you. And I love that
Fuck,
shit.
man, you're making me want to be a bud tender.
You'd be a great bud tender.
Yeah, I just people, fucking people. For all the good people that we're talking about, like everybody here would probably be like fun to talk to about weed. There are some fucking very irrational, wild human beings who come into the dispensary, and of all different types of people. You know, like the know-it-alls or the know-nothings who are just assholes. Or
yeah, it's still
like,
retail for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still retail. That's like, so that's what puts me off to doing it again.
Yeah. See, for us, all of our stores are in like where they sell alcohol. So you like go to the back of the store, and it's like one bud tender. So I do the same thing. I always like hope that like the same guy is there because he's like really nice and helps me out. But like other than that, I usually just like will order my stuff too because we have those like, so I don't really talk to anybody as much anymore. I just look at descriptions online and then get it delivered. But yeah, it's definitely still retail. And especially with like how many people started smoking weed after it became legal, like you said, it's just a bunch of different type of people now, right?
Yeah. I remember when like when it first became recreationally legal in Arizona, people got really, like the medical patients got really pissed off, and they were just kind of shitting all over like the people going in for rec, like they're just taking up all the weed and they're gonna raise all the prices and this and that. And I'm like, dude, it's gonna take maybe 3 months and the market will be perfectly back to normal. And they were screaming at the top of their lungs, like, you know, through like posts and shit like that. And I'm like, chill the fuck out, man. Like, so fucking what? Now more people get to smoke and everybody's going to be chill, you know, hopefully. But it just goes to show, yeah, there are people out there that just, they're not going to be happy even if they are smoking weed.
Yeah,
sad fact.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember before it was legal, we would go to I'm sure you guys did this too, but you go to the legislative building on 420 and you smoke. Are you guys allowed to do that where you were? Okay. Because I always found it like bizarre as, well, maybe for the sake of the story, I was legal, but we would all be like sitting around the legislative with our bongs and stuff, and I always like, that's like, I don't think we've had a peaceful protest since then.
Right? We need more of those and less of the riots.
Really, not to make it political again, but like
you can carry your bongs.
Can't we all just get a bong?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay,
my
so
God.
like gonna kind of change the subject a little bit. I'm kind of proud of this. So I didn't have any device. I've been on a 1-month hiatus, and I've never done that before, so it's kind of hard, but I've made it
Oh
through.
yeah.
And yeah, so
Congratulations.
thank you, but I kind of ruined it today because in honors of StonerCast, I was like, I'll smoke a little bit. But I didn't have
That's
any
good.
device or anything because I knew if I had it around, I would do it. So I had to improvise and make my own. So I made one out of aluminum today, and it actually worked
my
pretty
God.
well.
Yo,
I was
classic.
pretty
Really?
proud, right? Like,
Good one.
Hell yeah.
That's a good one.
But
Well done.
now it's getting thrown away. I just had to show like my masterpiece before I threw it away.
Let's
I
go.
love
God.
that. I remember I used to make them out of I used to make
Apples?
bongs out of
I did
water
strawberries.
Yeah.
A
Strawberries.
water bottle. Yeah,
done
I did it out of
apples.
strawberry.
And then I would also do aluminum cans before I figured out that that was not a good thing to do and that you should not
Yeah.
do that. But you
I
poke
did
a
it
little
too,
hole
though.
with the- yeah.
Yeah, you
That was
crush it,
probably-
the whole.
Yeah, the first time I smoked weed, it was out of a one-hitter, which I actually think that's why I had a good experience because it was just like
Yeah.
such a small amount of weed. And then
Mhm.
after that person, I realized I didn't want to smoke weed with that person anymore. I was like, oh, I look way too young to go in and buy anything anywhere. And I didn't have like a lot of older friends at the time. And so I just used cans and I got all my friends using cans. And that's not a good thing to do.
I lived with engineers. So I lived in a place called Joint House, actually, for college. So I went from... So this is how things changed for me, right? So I went from like being super straight edge, hit college, and then I moved to a place called Joint House. Except it used to be called Joint House in its heyday, and they had just changed the name to Jones House, which is fucking hilarious, right? Because it's supposed to be like this reformed, cleaned up house now, et cetera, except that's not what's happening at all.
Yeah, everybody's
they're
just
engineering
jonesing for a
students.
joint. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And there were engineering students there, and they were like crafting these fantastic bombs. Like these like just out of this world. There'd be like all these different chambers and like these these tubes and like all this other shit. Like I can't actually describe how it looked because like this was like the first time I'd ever seen it. My first bong was like this ridiculous like monstrosity of a thing. Like it was just like kind of crazy, and it was also one of the first times I got high. It was like the third time I ever like smoked weed. And like he put like ice in this thing, like he had an ice chamber. It was just, like this whole thing that like, made the smoke nice and cool, right?
I
And
love
then
the ice chamber.
And like someone else would like actually lift the had to lift the fuck, I can't remember what it's called, the little piece at the end for you because it was just like such this massive monstrosity, and it was like just the coolest time I've ever gotten high in my life. Like, I just had like this really cool device, and then like the smoke was like really, really cold, so I didn't like burn it all when I like breathed it in. It was one of my first time, so like it hit just right. And that was really cool.
And
Wait, I wanna.
They had one of those 3 stories tall, right? Is that the one that you were talking about?
But the house being 3 stories tall.
No, the bong.
Oh, the bong. I actually got a picture of Joint House. I'm gonna pull it up in just a second.
Wait, I want to grab my bong so I can show you guys because it's so pretty. I haven't used it in forever, but it's really pretty. I'm gonna grab it because you
Alright,
said
Dan.
ice chamber. 1 minute.
And it's your show right now. Double fist your bong for us, please.
Me?
Yeah.
Double fisted? Double like I don't know how
You know
you
what I'm
double
talking
fist.
about. Handle
like,
that
oh,
shit.
you
Yeah,
want-
there
you
you
want
go.
some-
Oh,
wants
yeah.
a two-handed
Yeah,
stroke
you-
on the
Hey,
bong.
This one's called the pepper shaker.
You got some flour in there. Watch out.
Yeah, we're good. This one's called the pepper shaker.
He knows how to
bro.
handle it. He's
Well,
fine.
dude, I know how to handle this baby. No, so honestly, that's a nice one. I like the
Ooh,
design
that is
too.
cool. I like the shape.
It's-
That's red.
It looks like it's
You
from
can't
like
see
an
all-
old
You can't
like
see all
wine
the.
bottle.
So this is a Haas prototype. So I got it super cheap. So they like just didn't put the label on it, but someone in the factory was like, "This is pretty. We're gonna sell it, but it's not under the label." And you can't really see all the details, but it's like
Bunch of flowers.
there's there's like there's a goddess on it, and there's angel babies on it, and they got some like sugar skulls. It's just a gorgeous I can never get rid of this. And I used to have one that was like this different shape, but it had like dragons on it, and that one broke. And when I went to the med shop the same day to go get another bong, this one called my name because it was very similar style. So it was an upgrade, but it's really loud because of the shape. It like it's really loud. Like it's it's really fucking loud.
Smoking.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's really pretty, and I don't use it anymore, so you guys can appreciate it.
But that's now your one hitter, right? That's like the one hitter.
Okay, so the last time I smoked that was probably about 2 months ago, and the last time I smoked actual weed was about like 2 months before that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get stoned tonight. I went out on my balcony, took a rip, came inside, and I could not get off my bed. I got fast food. I couldn't eat it because because I literally like I was this close to like, and then when I finally got the energy to move, I was in the weirdest position. I was like, why am I sitting like this? And that's the last time I smoked weed. Oh, my lad has the best pictures from this house. Like they're so fucking cool.
Whose move is it?
Don't remember that at all. That's a snake around my neck. My opponent definitely has a bong in his hand.
He does. Yes, he does.
Oh, that's one of those like cheap fucking plastic bongs that like melt if you hit it too hard sometimes.
Yeah, the acrylic ones.
Yeah, those ones.
Have you guys ever had to use a silicone pipe and it hurts every part of your body? It hurts it hurts so bad.
With no glass insert?
Yeah, there's supposed to be like a little thing there.
Yeah, no.
No, you're not supposed to do that.
When you're young and dumb, and you get past a pipe and you'd hit it and you realize, okay, never doing that again. I remember we were like passing a couple different things going around. Yeah, and I got past this. I'm like, oh hell yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Just I was like, that's I'm going back to my aluminum can. Like, that's fucked.
I'm getting cancer either way. Fuck it. Like, that's the can.
You guys ever use the apple?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the apple is like everyone.
Okay, alright. That one.
At least the tastes
but
good.
I think
and
the crazy thing about
like,
apple, it's like everyone like innovated that on their own, and they thought they were like but like I heard so many people do the apple. The one that my friends did, and I wonder if you guys did. Did you guys ever take like the recorder from elementary school?
No.
My friends, dude, they made one and it was the weirdest thing, but it was so funny and it worked.
Yeah.
Did it actually like
all the holes?
We plugged the holes manually and then just used one of them.
But did it make the sound like a recorder?
I don't
suck
think
it in
so.
Instead of blowing.
Yeah, because you were going the other way around.
It's a whistle though, wouldn't it? Like it's kind of
It would make
Maybe
noises,
keep
okay?
a
But
hole?
you were
Maybe.
playing hot cross buns while smoking. So.
Oh my god!
Awesome.
Now I want to make something like. I feel like there should be something like that out there. That's so comical. That is so good.
It's like when you don't have anything, you become like your own engineer. It's like arts and crafts almost.
You could take a recorder now though and just stick a bunch of vape pens in it and like hit the recorder.
right.
What if you just put several bowls? What if you put several bowls in it and then light them all up?
Right? Yeah, you could do that too.
Don't they have those joints that like go into crosses and?
Yeah, they do.
I can't
Yeah,
imagine
no,
doing one of those.
My
Does
friends
anyone
used to
roll?
have
Does
joint
anyone here roll?
bowls.
A little bit. I roll with glass tips though, so I don't do anything fancy. It's just, to
Sounds
get
pretty fancy to
joint
me.
rolled.
I use
went to my friend's
cones.
house once.
I
to
just
roll.
stuff the cones.
Yeah, Kim, me too.
What's that?
But you just
So
stuff
my-
like the.
Yeah, so my friends,
Pre-rolled cones.
they basically bought all the stuff and they were gonna like because he used to pre-roll his joints, and then I go over to learn with a bunch of friends and we all go. He teaches us, and like we're going through it, we're making it, and everyone else makes theirs, and they all look at mine and they're like, dude. Unroll it. We'll do it again. I felt so bad, but it was so poorly done that like nobody was gonna smoke that.
It took me forever to learn how to roll too,
1.5s.
man. Like it took me a long fucking time, and even now, like a lot of my joints come out fucked up, and I'm like, fuck it, let's fucking do
I
it
used to
again.
smoke spliffs like a ton. Like so, I used to smoke a lot. Like I smoked 2 packs a day, and along with like smoking weed or whatever. And we would just like roll spliffs all the fucking time. Like,
Nice. Throw a little bit of the tobacco in there.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool at the time, but like, nah, it was like horrible. Like, I shouldn't have done that at all.
I have a question that you just prompted for me here. So, there's a joint, right? That's weed. What do you guys think a spliff is?
Oh, weed and tobacco.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. Okay, so when I lived in Toronto, so I knew like from like just my weed smoking experiences that spliff was different than a joint. Then I moved to Toronto, and people kept saying like, "Oh, here's a spliff." They're like, "Pass the spliff, whatever." I assumed it had tobacco in it, and then one day I saw someone rolling it, and I'm like, "Doesn't you just call it a spliff? Doesn't have any tobacco in it?" And they're like, "What are you talking about? Like, it's just a joint." And I'm like,
a boot.
"But," and I was like, "Well, then why do you have two separate names? Then what do you call a joint with tobacco in it?" And they're like, "A joint with tobacco?" Like, that's the lamest shit I've ever heard. What the fuck? It's absolutely ridiculous.
Words have meanings, people.
Yeah.
Words have meanings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
TSU Gambit's the one who told them to call it a fucking.
I bet
Oh,
what
it's
happens
true,
is
I
they heard
asked
the
him.
word and they just
I
assumed
know.
it was like a fancy lingo, you know, and they're like, oh, cool. That's what the cool
And
kids
this
are
is-
calling it these days, you know?
And I was so surprised because in Toronto they have like a million different words for a million different things. I have lots of slang there, and that wasn't one of them. Apparently, it just means a joint. I'm like, that's really
That's
fucked.
We used to cut open like regular cigarettes and like just take the tobacco there. Like, we didn't even have like the loose leaf tobacco. We would like literally just cut.
Yeah,
a
that's what you
cigarette.
do. Mostly you look around and like, who's a pack of cigarettes, and then you steal from them.
Yeah.
Roll out the end of the cigarette or some shit. Yep.
We
Yeah,
tried to-
exactly.
The thing I was never able to do, like I had a friend who would like patiently empty out the tobacco. Like he wouldn't cut the paper. He would just like, you know, little by little get all the tobacco out, and then he'd restuff it with like weed and tobacco, and they would be like these really nice weed cigarettes. Like, they'd be really nice spliffs because it had the filter on it, and it was like really, really cool.
You can't have a cigarette filter with weed though.
Why not? I liked it. Do you not like it?
You're not
Was I
getting
being
what you're
wrong?
supposed to get from that. You're not getting.
What I would
It's gonna
say-
filter out the
I
good
thought
stuff.
it was cool.
It's
Well,
gonna
that's why
filter out the
people-
good stuff.
No.
Once upon a
Was
time,
we
we used to
wrong?
do something similar to that, though, because I feel that there's a reason for that. Because I remember when we used to go out to the bars, we would do that. We'd stuff our cigarette. We'd like stuff a couple cigarettes with weed, so we could like step out and like take a couple weed hits real quick, you know, and then you had the cigarette,
right.
you know, you just keep smoking the cigarette.
I mean, I guess like.
So that was the
maybe I
purpose
was
for
just-
us, though. We were just being.
Well, right. Well, I mean, I thought the
Sneaky.
filters were cool, but like, wait, was I
No,
just
that's
like
why-
not getting high? Or was I just wasting?
No,
weed?
you probably would, but you're also probably simultaneously wasting weed. But you're probably still gonna get high. But that's why like weed filters are like not the same as cigarette filters. They're like, it's just so you don't get weed in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like essentially, yeah.
I had a friend who used to use like index cards. Like he would just like cut
Yeah.
the end of an index card and like roll it up and then use that.
A little
I've had so
crutch.
many times where it's like, who has a piece of cardboard? Who had you just fucking
Yeah.
rip it up and
Oh,
make
yeah.
a little zigzag? Yeah.
Business cards.
I just thought it was like really cool though, like just having something that like looked like a nice normal cigarette, right? Like because like the weed, like the joints, like the papers will like, you know, fall apart, and like the thing that is usually on the end, like you're always gonna get like a little bit of weed like in your mouth anyway, no matter what, right? Except when there's those like real filters on it, and like I just really appreciated that. I guess that like stuck with me.
Yeah, you can buy
Man.
like those like spiral filters and stuff. That there's a lot of really good filters out there, and then you can also just learn to make your own. If it's something that interests you, if you enjoy rolling, there's tons of resources on pretty much every social media platform besides Twitch. I don't know if there are like anyone who like does. If anyone knows if there's someone who like rolls joints professionally and does that on Twitch, I want to watch that Twitch stream.
Same.
I want to know how they do it. That's interesting.
Oh, you know what? Sometimes they'll show people rolling on the Dr. Green Thumb podcast on Be Real TV.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to,
Because they have like a joint roller guy that is always there rolling joints for them, and they've had like competitions and shit.
hell yeah.
Yeah, if
There's
you like
also,
Cypress Hill,
like-
they always play like Cypress Hill music. So.
There's also a device which is like really small. It's like the size of a wallet that you can buy, and you just like stick the paper in there and then the filter, and it kind of like you close it and it does it for you, and then you open it back up and it's all ready to go. So it takes like 10
I could
seconds.
never
It's not that
figure out how
expensive.
it works. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't figure out how to work those
Nah,
things.
I
I
don't know how to
literally
use that.
Really? I watched many tutorials. I'll say that.
I know how to do that, but I'd like to like do more advanced stuff and like also be able to do like different things with it. That, like,
It's a good
I just-
skill to
I wanna-
have. I just don't have it.
Right.
yeah, I'm not there at all. That's like, so I feel like, yeah, I'll get the basic down, but like, I could just do that roller forever. It still works, or the pre-roll cones, which work just as well. Like, those are fun, easy.
I love the pre-roll cones.
Yeah.
But they're an art. They are still an art to them. Like,
Yep.
you can still
Yep.
fuck them up very
Oh,
easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't overpack your fucking cones.
And
Don't
good
We
do
for
can't
it.
underpack
stems.
them either.
Wait, do you guys have the problem with stems and seeds not still, or no? It's like you go to your what do you call them? Your budrista? No, your bud.
Your
I
bud
thought that one
tender.
too.
Your bud tender.
Yeah.
I
Your
like Budrista though.
That's a good one.
Budrista.
Yeah.
That's like for the fancy ones, the ones that are a little more
Got 'em.
Oh my God.
posh.
No, yeah, I feel like Bud now is like super fucking optimized. There's like, I mean, seeds are like a thing of the past. If I get seeds now, I feel lucky again. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, this is some like cron. This one actually had a seed in it. My god.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
Saving this
stem
one.
is like minimal now too. Like it's usually like nothing.
My
Well, you
friend.
probably don't want to give those away either, too, because then you can start growing it yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I was
You're
gonna
like,
say
oh,
that's
shit.
what my friend did. He like grows in like one of those indoor things. He'll grow 4 plants at a time, and he collected all the seeds he would get if he really liked the strain, and then he just grew it. Like, it's
Hell
so
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
All right, what does weed like? What does it actually look like nowadays? Like, so before, like originally, I had green stuff, and as I was like stopping, it was orange and purple-ish with like a little bit of crystal. There would be like a little bit of fuzz, a little bit of crystal, and then that was it.
I mean,
different.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
It's still green.
Is it like the same stuff?
This is from one of my friends who's a grower. It's just called lemon. That's all it's called. But it still looks fairly the
Okay.
same. I mean, I've taken some chunks out of this one, but
Yeah. Okay.
it's super crystalline. That's why it's hard to get the thing to focus because the light's hitting it and it's just
Crystals.
yeah.
It refracting.
Yeah.
Reflecting?
So it's like I keep
wait,
trying
am
to
I
put
high?
it up there,
Not
and
yet.
it's like not wanting to focus. But yeah, it's still green.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. There.
Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. Cool. Man. Oh, actually, have you guys? This is like the most disgusting batch of weed I had ever seen in my life. Have you ever
Right.
had worms in your weed?
No,
No.
Bright orange worms. Someone had gotten an eighth, and the worms it got infested with something, whatever, I don't know. And there were orange worms in the weed, like little itty bitty, just worms.
Well, how'd it smoke?
Yo, let's go.
It's like tequila. You gotta eat the worm, right? It's like tequila. You gotta eat the worm.
It was just it was so
Or
fucking
mezcal.
crazy to me that there was orange fucking worms and shit.
maybe you guys were just so high that the little hairs looked like worms.
Yeah.
No. Hold on, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna look this up.
No, I
God,
don't want to
you
see it. I don't want to see that. I
So
don't
commonly,
need to
though,
see that.
commonly what I know that you do see in weed a lot, and it's always something to look for, is mites.
Mites.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I stopped buying deli style weed, because the mites can end up jumping from one canister to another, and before you know it, like the whole fucking
You say deli style?
yeah, that's where they
What does
go.
that
They
mean?
they have these giant canisters lined up behind the counter, and they'll actually go pull the buds out with tongs and put them into a bag for you, or with rubber gloves on or something. But I don't like that for that very reason. Plus, you got people touching it all day and opening and closing the canister, so it's kind of bad.
Breathing on it.
Shit.
Some
No,
people
yeah.
really like the experience because they're like, oh, you know, it's fancy. I'm like, no, you're just gonna end up with dry ass weed that's got mites in it. You know, hard.
Now I'm
pass.
not gonna go to those
No, I've
fucking
never
places.
seen my.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about it. Cool, never mind.
Wait, what?
Sorry. Sorry.
No, go for it.
No.
If you bring up gynecology right now, so help me God.
Oh,
what it
hey,
was.
actually,
That's what it was.
TtenFlicks
That's
got
what
me
it was.
I know of someone who married their gynecologist.
Oh my god. Put my hood up. No,
How'd that go?
Not here. Not here.
I mean, pretty well, I guess. I don't know. They got married.
I guess something was working in the office.
Like, I don't know, man. Like,
Sounds like he probably knew his way around.
No, she
She knew her way around.
lesbian,
Sounds like she probably knew her way
relationship.
around.
She was just like, hey, you want to go to dinner? And they went out and they got married.
oh my god, you kind of have to at that point, right?
I mean, no.
Yeah, they've been to dinner and
No,
everything.
Aren't you supposed to go to dinner first?
Yes.
Right. But no, like, you get a new gynecologist as someone, if your gynecologist asks you to dinner, I believe. I think that's how that's supposed to work.
Shit, I would marry my gynecologist too. They're loaded. If I had one.
True.
But,
So many
yeah,
jokes.
valid.
Hate that that's valid, but
Right?
oh,
Kinda sucks.
oh.
Wait, do
I know.
gynecologists get insurance?
Well, no, okay.
For free?
Alright, think about it like this. Yeahhway. You just got
Listen.
your prostate checked. Okay? And right afterwards, the dude's just like, hey, I don't know if the timing's right, but you want to go to dinner? How are you feeling about that?
Well, first of all, I'd probably go to a female. What are they
Well,
called?
female-
How good was the
Gynecologist?
exam? first and
Urinolo-
foremost?
urologist. Thank
Yeah,
you.
urologist.
Urologist. Look at me.
Why does the gender matter? Because you want the smaller fingers? Is that the point?
It could be. That's definitely one of the good ways to think about it. Sure.
Okay. All right. I mean,
But then again, don't you have to use 2 or 3 fingers anyway for a prostate exam?
I haven't had one yet.
Oh well.
I mean, I feel
Okay.
like that's the thing that happens when you're, I don't know, how old do you have to be before they start looking at your prostate?
How old are you again, Mad Lad?
3 fingers. I guess
45?
I had to sign up a little early.
Did you just say I'm 45? Fuck you. What? Do I look 45?
No, I'm not 45. I'm just saying that now I think they lowered the age to 45. It used to be 50, maybe even
Alright.
40 these days now.
So I got like
Oh, boy.
a decade.
Hey, still not there.
Not there
Let's
yet.
go.
Not there yet.
Let's go.
Definitely on my way though. Holy shit. When
It's
did I
one.
start-
Oh,
It's
that's
one
not
finger, guys. It's one finger. Fuck. I'm old.
Is
Okay,
it?
I'm old.
Let's go. Let's
For the male
go.
doctors, right?
What's that?
Wait, is it really just
For the male doctors.
Yeah, for the male doctors. I don't know. Female doctors may need to use too. I don't know.
You,
No,
is-
they
three
literally
fingers
have to
don't allow
take
you
a
to
thing
feel more. It's
and
one finger
open
still
it
lets
up.
you feel this.
For
So they can
women.
have a fucking
It's
peek,
not a
right?
finger.
Oh my god.
It's not a
We were talking
finger,
about
they literally-
urologists, though, for men.
Yeah, and then he said for women it's probably. Are you talking about
What?
still?
For
No,
the
the
size of
woman's
a
a
woman's
doctor. The woman's a
finger.
doctor.
I'm
not on a
disengaging
woman.
from this. I'm disengaging.
TtenFlicks, this is your fault, by the way. I just want you to know you're the one who brought it up. I was not going to talk about that, actually. That was literally the last thing I was going to talk about. Thank you for bringing us back full circle. Really appreciate it.
I told you we were going to come back to it.
I think women talking about their gynecologist, it's like when you were like in middle school and then like a girl would talk about her period. You're like, no, I don't want to hear about it. Well, middle school for some of us maybe learned about that in college and had the same reaction of just like,
I mean,
no, girl, that's a girl thing.
What if you have a sibling, though?
I didn't talk to my siblings about that. Although I did,
Yeah.
when they were going through puberty, I stopped being the one to take out their bathroom's trash. I said, listen, I don't know what the fuck's going on in there. You gotta take out your trash yourself. Because you know how you would like distribute chores?
Oh.
So
That's
that
what
was-
happened to me too. Actually, my brother didn't have to do the bathroom anymore because I had to do the bathroom because it involved emptying trash. Yeah.
I mean, I think that kind of sucks, though, doesn't it? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, not to say, like,
You can't see it. You wrap it in toilet paper.
You can
I mean,
smell.
it's not like anybody wants to look at that.
Sometimes.
Like, it's not like, you know, if you're a female, you're like, oh, I love looking at used tampons. It's like, it's probably gross for everyone, right? Like,
I mean, it doesn't bother me.
wait,
Like,
like, I don't know. Fine.
ew, my own thing. No, not
Okay,
really.
next topic, everyone.
I think
Right?
I think for like
Not just-
like teenage boys or teenage young men, it's a little awkward because they're just like trying to figure their own shit out, and then they're like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, like even if they know, they're still like, ugh.
I will never forget
Listen,
the day
I don't-
I learned.
Okay, go.
No, it's cool. You're.
I was gonna say, I'm like, my family was very much like, women have these certain things and so do men, and I never had to mow the lawn, okay? And I don't really care to mow a lawn, so I'll empty the trash
There you
can. It's fine. Go on, man.
No, I was just saying, like, the first time I learned, like, I thought I was being fucked with when someone first told me what a period was. I didn't believe it. I honestly was like, wait.
It's not a very funny joke, man. That's what you're just like, fuck off, bro. That ain't funny.
Right.
I thought it was like a one-time thing that just happens. It's like your bar mitzvah. You just have it once, and you're done. And then it turns out they have to go through this like every single month. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah,
To be fair, I thought it was a joke too when I first found out. I didn't think it was real, so I didn't think it was as bad as it seemed until it happened, and you're like, oh fuck.
One of my friends had I didn't realize that other species had the same thing going on. So like
Dogs, cats.
Yeah, so like I had a friend who had a dog, and so the guy got a little small toy dog with the idea that like he's gonna walk the dog and then like get action. Like that's the only reason he got this dog. And it turned out that this dog had really heavy periods. So one day he were in his apartment hanging out.
Just gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when you're at your friend's house and their dog has a diaper on, and you're like, what the fuck? Why does it have a diaper on?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, well, it's either that or it gets all over the place. Which one?
Yeah, the discovery that this happened was like just that was a special moment. Anyway, so back to weed.
So best stoner movie, best
Ooh.
your favorite stoner movie, best stoner movie of all time.
Old school.
I like Pineapple Express
Mm-hmm.
or Night at the Roxbury.
What'd you say, TtenFlicks?
I think cleanly half baked.
Half-baked. I know. I was tempted to say that, but then I was like, I don't know, man. Those Cheech and Chong movies are pretty fucking solid, dude. Like, I mean, driving a whole ass van made out of weed. Like, I fucking love it. So I don't know. I'm torn.
I'm about to start singing those songs.
That's why I was wondering what your guys' were, because I'm like, there's a few that I can think of that are really good. Half Baked is definitely up there, though. Harold and Kumar is good.
Those were. There's something else too. I can't remember what it was.
I know I'm missing a big one right now, too.
I've never seen Pineapple Express all the way through.
It's fucking
Me
great.
too. I always fell asleep during it.
I love that.
Were you
movie.
high?
Yeah,
Probably what it was.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, makes sense.
I don't know if this one's my favorite, but Dude, Where's My Car is kind of that one's kind of good. But I don't know
God.
what my favorite one would be. Again, I honestly fall asleep during these movies.
Oh
It's been a
shit, we're
while.
talking stoner movies.
Well,
Yeah.
I always fall asleep, but if I had to choose one, my favorite show is Scooby Doo, and I think it does count. Okay, I think it's
totally
Let's
really
go.
counts. It
'Cause
counts.
Yes,
Shaggy
it
was,
does
like, the
count.
original,
Yes.
like stoner, you know.
Yeah, dude.
They
What's
get the
your
munchies and
favorite
everything.
Scooby Doo?
They eat Scooby snacks. They're eating edibles the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. And they
Now,
just like go
there's
eat
a-
pizza and stuff. It was,
So there's a difference between a stoner movie, right? Like something about weed, or a movie that's good to watch while stoned.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
yeah,
That's
but
true.
Scooby Doo is also a kids show, so they had to be really subtle. All right, I will argue
True.
that it does count.
Yeah, because
are we
what
gonna
was in
actually
those
have to do the
Scooby
alignment chart
snacks?
now?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Fuck. Came so close.
You're so
That
close to
Anna,
avoiding
the
it.
Anna Faris movie where she eats all the brownies and is way too high. I think I have
House
to
Bunny?
look at it. No, not House Bunny.
That's a great one. The nipples are the eyes of the face. Or the eyes.
nipples are.
The eyes of the
Yeah,
face.
that works. Yeah, that's the one.
That's the best line out of any movie. Holy shit.
It's a smiley face. You guys should look that movie up. It's fucking hilarious. If you've ever been way too high, like way too high, and like it's just a good comedy. Smiley Face is probably one of my favorite stoner movies.
John Krasinski's in that movie. Holy shit.
Dude, it's great. He's such a weirdo in it. It's so good. I recommend it highly. And
While you're high?
While you're high.
To get
yeah,
high,
while
too?
you're really baked. Yeah, get really baked for it. Get really baked. Get really baked. Like, if you're uncomfortably baked, it might actually be good because, like, you'll really relate to what she's dealing with.
School of Rock with, or basically anything with Jack Black.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, The Pick of
I love
Destiny
Jack Black.
is a pretty good stoner movie. And you could call it a stoner movie because they smoke out of a fucking...
Yeah.
Has everybody
Yeah,
seen it?
you
I don't
could-
want to spoil it because
No, it's
Right,
really
yeah.
good. Yeah.
you should see it.
I
But
used
yeah,
to watch
the end.
like,
Well,
Adult
throughout
Swim
the whole
all
movie,
the
they're
time.
smoking weed. What was it?
I used to watch Adult Swim, just like I'd go to the Cartoon Network, it'd be after hours, and there'd be like all the scuff shows, and I would just like watch, and it's like the only time you can watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Tim and
that's
Eric.
what my username's based off of. Great job. Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job.
Yep, I
And
got it.
Spagett is the character from Tim and Eric. Yeah, like I love that like off-brow weird comedy stuff. Like that's my thing.
Sick.
What's up,
Bong
Yeahhway?
Water? Have you guys ever seen Bong Water? It's also
Oh,
Jack Black.
Yes, that's older, right?
It's like
That's like-
1998.
Yeah.
But like, there's some really good songs in there that I still sing to myself sometimes.
That's awesome. So cool.
To yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Luke Wilson,
Yes.
Brittany Murphy's in that, Jamie Kennedy, Scott Kahn, Andy Dick. When I was in Hollywood, I was there for 3 weeks doing a Pro Tools class, and I like just stayed at an Airbnb in Hollywood, right there near where I had to go to school because it was easy. I didn't have to pay for a car. I saw Andy Dick like 5 fucking times. I was like, if I moved to this specific spot, I could start a Twitter called I've Spotted a Dick, and just it would be all me seeing Andy Dick on the street. And other people in Hollywood because he just walks around all day long.
Up until you were charged with stalking and in the state of California.
It's not stalking, dude. I'm just walking to this on the street. He's just there.
And it's a two-party consent state. I'm pretty sure you'd be fucked on multiple fronts.
God damn it! God damn it!
Well, how did paparazzi get away with this?
Still saw him a lot.
My
I think
I
you have
think
that, like-
Coraline would be a great fucking stoner film. Like just something to like watch while high.
We watched that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I watched that while high. Actually, I did get high for that one.
Yeah,
That was a good movie.
That's a good.
Pretty
there's
much
such-
Any
That's-
movie I watch, I have, even if it's a long YouTube video, I have to smoke, or else I can't pay attention. Like I can't. That is one of the times that I'll be like, "Oh, should I smoke right now?"
What a
Yeah.
Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's always
yeah.
a good one.
Hell
The
yeah!
way-
Can't go
That's
wrong
one of my
with that.
favorite movies ever.
It's fucking
The way that
classic.
works, Jason, is you have to have a reasonable expectation of privacy, and if you're really famous, you don't have that. But Andy Dick at this point should absolutely have a reasonable expectation of privacy. Okay, nope, like
The absolute
Talking about
shade.
Andy
I love
Dick.
it. That's good. Yeah.
So Bob Dylan used to buy stuff from the border store I worked at, okay? And the way he would do it, he wouldn't actually like go to the register. He would just grab shit and like have it in his arms. And his like people would record what he was grabbing. And he'd just walk out the door with the stuff. And they'd go to the register to buy the things he was grabbing because he was eccentric or whatever. And one of my supervisors at the store had gone out and stopped Bob Dylan after he took like a ton of merchandise out of the store. And he's like high as fuck and like didn't want to be bothered, whatever the fuck else. Celeb story. And he was high, but doesn't. Yeah, there's not much to it.
Well, how do you think Elon Musk does it?
Huh?
How do you think that Elon Musk does it?
He bores under the store.
Carefully.
He just buys the whole store and then he tells everyone to get out and then he just picks what he wants, right? And then he just.
If I was the manager of that store, that's exactly. I would literally be like, "Yep, cool," because like all that matters is the money goes in the safe for that night, right? You're gonna have like 10 times the sales you ever would have had before. Doesn't matter how much merchandise is missing.
Why would he have to go anywhere? He's Elon Musk. He just bring the products to him.
Oh, that's so boring.
Like the fuck? Why would he? If he that's the fucking move. He's too fucking busy at work. Like he's working all the time. That dude's.
I'm telling you, dude. He's boring under these stores.
Friends.
In general, I feel like there's a lot of places now that deliver, but to me, it's like, no, I gotta go out and get it myself. There's just something like nostalgic about it, I kind of want to just have it shown up to my house.
I feel like it's more nostalgic for someone. No, I feel like it's more nostalgic for a random dude in a pickup truck to come by my place and give me my weed in a Ziploc baggie than it is for me to go to a dispensary.
Fuck yeah.
Because it's never dispensary stuff. They just hand it to you in a Ziploc bag with a Sharpie that says what strain it is.
Hey, leave it alone. We were doing you a service, okay?
No, my favorite. We
still
dealer,
came to your house.
Exactly.
My favorite
I used
dealer,
to do that for a year.
So my favorite dealer used to give me my weed in a bag, and then he used to stuff what are they called? Clipper and papers in the little bag whenever I would buy more than like I don't know, a certain amount, and it was so fun. Like,
hell yeah.
Weed dealers with sticks are the best.
Yeah.
So I have this one story because this idea of like stuffing just reminded me of something, and this is pretty disgusting, so I'll try to keep it tame, okay? But basically, in senior year, my friends, they decided to buy like a bong and stuff like that, but again, we were kind of in high school, so they couldn't really like have it at home. Our parents are still, a little crazy. And we were also like, yeah, anyways. So what they decided to do, because they were like sharing it between 3 of them, which is kind of a stupid idea, but they're high schoolers. They got like one of those big like black athletic duffel bags, and they put the bong in there, and then they just stuffed it with old milk cartridges. Just a bunch of them. A lot of them.
For the flavor, right?
And
oh no.
Basically this bag smelled so bad that like nobody would ever touch it. They just would not approach it. So, and they just passed this around in like the trunk of their cars. Each one would have it for a week, and it was like really I think it weighed 13 pounds. This bag was big. And God, you could smell it. So if you sat in the backseat of the car, it would kind of like seep in. You're like, oh God, but hey, it worked. They never got caught, so.
I'm horrified. I wouldn't want to smoke that bong.
Hey, Spagett, do you have any stories from that one year that you were delivering?
Yeah, I have a lot of stories.
Tell us one. At least
what
one,
kind
please.
of story? Just what kind of like?
Just like a funny one, because we're all in the mood for funny stories.
A funny one.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
I don't know.
If I can come back
you are putting me on the spot.
It's
give
like
me
a
a
modern
minute.
Shakespeare.
Give me a
I'm
minute.
excited.
Okay, so there was this one where it was like a friend of a friend of a friend, like kind of deal, and I've been there once before, and this lady she is just extra. She is like sativa as a motherfucker. She is like, if you did 17 sativa dabs, it was like, hi, okay, so just like everywhere, okay, and like. It's like, okay, yeah, who's like sitting down and like getting way too comfortable and like touching and like this the last time I went, she like somehow got me to help her move like this hot tub box with them, and I was like, dude, I'm too fucking high for all of this. I have like 18 other deliveries to get done. Like, can I get the fuck out of here? But you know, it's customer service. It's retail, so you still do what you do, especially when it's a small company, you know, and friends and loved ones are involved. So it is what it is.
Reminds me of the Half Baked, where the guy's like, "Have you ever seen the stars? Have you ever seen the stars on weed?"
You ever look at the back
Yeah,
of
there
the
are
$20
some kind of guys like
weed?
that.
Enhancement stoners, yeah.
But for the most part, it's just like chill people like everybody here who like just wants weed, and like sometimes it's just like a quick like drop off, like, hey, thanks a lot, and or like, hey, I'm not gonna be home, I'm putting the money here, could you just put it there? Like those are easy. Like I'm like, when are you putting the money there? Okay, done deal. You know what the total is. Like you know how to read a menu, and it's for the most part it's easy. And if people are dumb, like then we just move on because like there's a lot of people who want to smoke weed. Like so there's still room for black market like everywhere.
Oh, 100%.
What do you guys?
Yeah,
what do you guys look for when you're like finding people to smoke with? You can. I'm sorry, I know I kind of cut you off, but I just want to ask that. Like, yeah, what do you guys look for with people? Because I found that some people I do like really well with, and some people like the vibe feels wrong, but I can't really like I can't pin it on anything, you know?
Yeah, for me, I think it's just important. Like I used to be able to smoke weed around anybody, and now I'm very much like I have to be careful who I smoke with. And for me, as long as I know the person first, and like we're kind of comfortable in that aspect first, then I'm usually fine to smoke around them. But my thing is that, like I mentioned before, like I used to be able to like joke and laugh and stuff when I got high, and then now I just kind of like go quiet because it's not that I get too much in my head, it's that there's nothing going on. There's literally just blank space, which is great when when I'm by myself. Like I love doing it when I'm on my own. So for me, it's less of like I'm not comfortable with them. It's more like, oh, I don't want to be boring around them. So like if we both smoke at the end of our night and we're gonna watch a movie, that's a little bit different. And then I don't have to feel the need to like constantly be saying something. And then like, but I don't really. When I used to like smoke a lot, and I just wanted to have like a good smoke session with somebody. Honestly, anybody that like smokes a decent amount of weed for me was like a fun person to smoke with because they like understand and they are used to it and stuff like that. But
I don't
usually
like to smoke with people. Oh, I'm my bad.
Oh, you're. I was gonna say I usually get my vibes beforehand. That's usually how I like how somebody passes the vibe check. Like I smoke with them, and then it's like I use weed as the icebreaker.
That works. I don't like people who are like, "Yo, smoke more, man!" Like, cause I'm smoking, and you need to hit like another one with me. I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, we're not ride or dies for like everything we do. We don't piss and shit at the same time. We're like, no one does. Like, that's not. We're not weird twins. Like, just like I don't know why people do that. Like, don't pressure me into smoking more. Let me smoke as much as I want. If I want to dab my face off, I'll do it. If you want to offer, that's cool. If you forget, we're in a circle. We're in a circle of people, and we're smoking, right? And I've had my limit, but I still want to hang out and talk. Do I have to like back up for you to understand to not constantly pass it back to me?
I have no ability to stop. Like, so like,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's involuntary, bro.
Yeah. So,
Are you to the left of me? That's your problem then.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, it's like I'll just keep talking the pipe. I'll keep talking. So
Totally
this is how
fair.
bad it got. The worst, like my worst, like I couldn't even move here. Right, like I became president of Joint House. All right, and I had an inaugural ball. We had like live bands, we had kegs, we had like this fucking rocket party, and I had 2 full glasses of fucking. Ooh, is that honey? I had 2 full glasses of like apple.
Could you show that again?
Jägermeister.
Yeah, here, let
Yeah,
me show
double
it.
shine.
Let me
Yeah,
flex.
yeah.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
didn't
double
wanna
shine. Let me
interrupt.
see that.
I have this
Yeah.
honey. It's like a honey shot.
Ooh.
That looks really cool.
Oh, it's also the first time I've tried CBD, which apparently I don't know pretty interesting.
How
stuff.
is that? How is
Well,
that?
I'm about to try it, so give me like 30 minutes, all right?
Oh, okay. I've always wanted to try CBD. I just haven't.
If it's
You should.
really,
It's-
really good quality, I always say it's like getting high from the neck down, because you should get a
Okay.
pretty good, like, it should relax your muscles and stuff pretty well, and kind of overall make your body feel good. If you're having, especially if you got like little aches and pains and stuff.
I should try
Always been
some
good for that. I like
And then
to
with
pair it-
that, is
go-
there like, should you smoke it or gummy, or what's the preferred with that one?
Up to you, just like
yeah.
cannabis, like
Honey.
Okay.
it's the same thing.
Honey. Okay.
Like, yeah.
So I want to hop in here real quick and congratulate everyone for 2 hours. We've been going for a really long time, and it feels like it's been 5 minutes. So
Oh yeah.
I also, really quick, I was hearing a little bit of feedback from someone, but it seemed to have gone away, so that's good. Thank you everyone for being here, and I'm also going to prompt Jason to promote the next show, because that's what I'm here to do.
Oh yeah. So, by the way, yeah, the show usually does run about 2 hours, and I like that. It's just to give everybody the opportunity to jump off if they got other things to do. Everybody can stay. I keep it open as long as people want to talk. I usually do really long streams, anyways. But just in case, if anybody needs to hop off for anything, you're welcome to. Otherwise, stick around. We can keep rolling. But if you need to jump off now and you want to give yourself an outro, feel free to do so.
I probably got like 15 minutes or so. We can still hang out, and then I probably should I've been on panels all day long, and I got like a shit ton of work to do tomorrow. But,
No, I feel you. I've seen you going.
Hell yeah, dude.
I've been everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'll stick around for 15 minutes. But also, I want to see what that CBD honey does to Double Shine before I go. To be honest, I'm like, really curious.
That'll be fun. We'll see.
Rock and roll.
Okay. So before the CBD honey, so I was really I was wasted. I had gotten high. I puked in the new guy's room. I was in the hallway, and like my friends were had gotten my keys, and they're trying to open the door to my room so they could throw me in my room for the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in this hallway in this giant house party. People are just walking by me, see me sit on the floor like this, right? And the dude who had let me smoke his weed came by. He's like, "Hey, how you doing, buddy?" And I'm like, I look up at him. I can't even talk. I'm just nodding my head, and then my head goes back down. It's like, you want to get high some more? And I'm like, go back down. This motherfucker puts the pipe to my lips and handles the choke for me so I can smoke more weed. But I can barely move.
Oh my god.
That's fucking funny. Sorry.
I don't even know who the fuck it was. It's just my buddy for the night, right? God.
You have some wild weed stories, Mad Lad.
It's one of the things I love about weed, though, because I feel like compared to other substances that you have to be a little safer with, I think weed you can kind of knock yourself pretty fucking hard and then live.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my buddies, he was going down basically from NorCal to LA because I went to Berkeley, right? So it's like a 7-hour bus trip, and it was for marching band. This guy pops 250 milligrams of edibles, and his face turns fucking gray, and he spends 7 hours sitting in the bathroom of this bus as it travels down all of California, and he's just he's doing his business in there, basically. But he lived, next day he's marching band contest, and he's doing good, so, fun drug.
I've only had twice in my life where I've done too much. The first time, it was when I first started getting into smoking bongs, and we were just kind of party hopping, going around a bunch of places, and every time I stopped in, I'd smoke some weed, and I think we were carrying it around with us too, and whatever, so at this point I was probably at 20 bong rips. And then it was 3 a.m., we were at one of our friend's house, and my friend was driving, she wasn't smoking very much, and I took one bong rip, and we went and went to go watch TV. And I start sitting there, and the whole room is quite literally spinning. And I'm like, okay, this is really bad, but it can't get worse than this. It can't get worse, right? This is already pretty fucked. So we get in the, I ask her to leave. We finally get in the car, and we're driving, and it gets so much worse. It's literal tunnel vision. I can't see anything. And then I just remember my head going back, and then she's like, Kaaayliee, and I wake up to her like knocking me in. I didn't drink anything. This is like purely because of weed. And I like came back, and she pulled over, and she didn't tell me at first what happened because she didn't want to scare me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm fine. She's like, yeah, totally, you're good. And we get back home, and she's like, yeah, you look like you're about to like have a seizure, because my head was just like fully back, and I like was not waking up. And I don't know, I was smoking a lot of other people's weed, smoking a lot of other bongs, so I don't know if it was just because of weed or if there was like something else like going on, or if it was bad weed. This is before it was legal. I don't know what was going on. But that was the only time ever that I had like a really bad experience. And then that story reminded me of another time where I went to a party and my friend dropped me off, and I didn't really drink anything at this time. I just smoked weed. And I was smoking a crap ton of weed, and I go to the bathroom, and this is like a single bathroom. We used to have parties in this it was a dojo. And
Nice.
Our friend's name was Cho, so we called them Chojos. So we were like partying in this dojo. It had a single bathroom, and I go to the bathroom, and I don't pass out, but I'm like this close to passing out, and I'm on the floor for like probably 2 or 3 hours until somebody actually comes in the bathroom, and it's all my friends there, so they open the door, they're like, oh my god, that's where you were, we thought you fucking left. And I'm like, and all my friends were really nice, they came up, and I felt so bad because at the time, like, I was not, like, I was like, I didn't drink too much, I swear, because I didn't want to be like that friend, I guess. And they're like, no, like, you never do this is so weird for you, because I just was smoking like a shit ton of weed all at once, and I didn't have that tolerance yet. Like, later in life, I could smoke that much, and nothing would have had like come of it. And I just called my friend right away, and she came and picked me up. And it was like, okay, I spent like 3 hours in the fucking bathroom of a party, but at least I was like safe. Like, but 7 hours? That's a really long time. Like
7 hours is a fucking long time.
Yeah, it's a
This
really
reminded me
long time.
of this reminded me of another story. And this will probably be like my last one before I have to go. And you know, it has like nothing to do with like smoking too much weed or anything. It just reminds me of
They
like,
all
that dog.
kind of have a little bit to do with smoking a lot of weed, so it's all kind of tangential.
So the that dog I told you guys about, I had a friend. So dog's owner had gotten like this really nice bag of weed for his birthday. Birthday was in August. He got like this really nice bag of weed.
The dog did?
No, my friend. The dog.
Let's go.
But
That's a good
the
dog.
dog ended up
I
getting
did
the weed. The
put on
dog
the
ate the
CBD.
whole fucking bag of weed. The dog just
Love
ate
it.
it.
That's a bad dog.
No.
Never mind.
I've
Very
had
bad
that
dog.
happen to me. I've had that happen to me.
It's like the worst. Like, yo, really, the weed? I didn't realize dogs would eat weed.
Oh yeah, no, I
Me
remember.
neither.
I remember one time. So, like, I had a lot of trouble when I was really young. A lot of fucking trouble. I was not a good kid. And I moved out when I was like 16. So I was living with one of my friends, who coincidentally his parents had just bought him a fucking house. Just like bought him a house. And I mean, he was getting in
That'd
as
be
much
cool.
trouble and shit as me. They were just like rich and didn't want to deal with him anymore. So they're like, we're just gonna buy you a house so you can go fucking do your shit and away from us. And he's like, I need some roommates.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I moved in with him, and like we used to have these girls that come over, and they would bring like dogs all the time, and like basically like give us dogs, or like, you know, ask us to like hold their dogs for them and shit, like all the fucking time. I didn't really understand what the whole deal was with these women bringing these dogs over, but aside from the point, we ended up keeping one of them, and dog was actually really cool. But I had gotten a bunch of weed, and it was under my bed. It was again, I was buying a lot of weed, dude. It was like a half a pound or some shit, and it was under my bed, and I went to work, and usually I'd lock my door before I went to work, just because we're all fucking roommates and we all got our shit, and you know, that's kind of what it is, you know. And I came home and my roommate was like flipping out. He's like, dude, fucking, you didn't lock your door. My dog's fucked. And I was like, what are you talking about? She ate so fucking much of that weed. I mean, I have never, the half a pound was either ground into the carpet or fucking all over her and ingested by her. And so, like, I was scared as fuck. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Well, number one, what the fuck, man? Keep your dog off my fucking weed. What the fuck's your dog doing in my goddamn room, you know? Number two, like, what the fuck do we do with your dog? Like, we straight up called, like, fucking poison control and asked, because we had no fucking idea. And they're like, oh, yeah, she'll be fine. Just, keep her, I can't even remember what they said. Just keep her chill, basically, make sure she has water. And then, my buddy's like, that can't be right. Just give her water and just, like, let her fucking sleep it off. And so he called a fucking vet. He, like, an emergency vet. And he's like, that's some bullshit. Like, that can't be, like, what's going to happen? You know, do we need to get her stomach pumped or something? Calls the vet, and the vet's like, well, we could put her on an IV for 24 hours and observe her, but it's just going to cost you a lot of money. You know, just let her sleep it off. So we're like, fuck, guess she's just got to sleep it off. But it was so fucked up because she was, like, walking around the house, and her head was cocked out to the side like this, and her body was walking this way. And she'd, like, walk into the wall while her head's out here. Like, her body would be going straight this way, and her head would be, like this. And I'm like, oh, my God, dude. Like, no. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do with this shit? And
Poor
so,
baby. Oh, my God.
So I cuddled with her and put sunglasses on her and took pictures.
It's the only thing you can do, you know?
Way to make the best out of the
Sometimes that's
situation.
the move. Damn, dude.
Did what you could. Yeah.
That was a good story.
Oh man, that's fucking.
But yeah, the next day
You
she
don't
was
still
fine.
have those. You don't still have those pictures, do you, of the sunglasses?
I do, but they're buried in boxes because I just recently moved in and I'm still unpacking shit. But when I
Okay,
find
next
them,
StonerCast, I want to see those.
Hell yes.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened to me. I have had that happen to friends. It wasn't too much of it. Then I also just had like asshole friends that would like literally blow it in their like animals' faces. Actually, not even asshole friends. Grown woman, my uncle's girlfriend, we used to smoke in the house, and she would like blow it in her cat's face, and me and my uncle would literally sit there and we're like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like, it's not funny. It's
That's
like,
animal abuse. That's not good.
literally. Yeah.
That's not cool.
Yeah. It's really fucked up. And like I always
Disavow.
and my cat at the time, we lived there, and anytime she was smoking weed, I would make sure my cat didn't go anywhere near her because I was like, it literally makes me sick just thinking about it. Like, so fucked. Like, you know better than that. Like, you know how it makes you feel. Why do you want to make your fucking so many thoughts about it. It's just fucked.
Well, especially if you have pets yourself, because you're like, I wouldn't want that for my pet. You know, like, what the fuck are you doing? You know.
Exactly,
Like,
and it
it's
was
that
like
visceral
scary.
reaction of like, why would you do this to your animal, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, she had like no sense of like she was just really stupid. Like my cat's not an outdoor cat, and one time I was in the garage
Wait, or your
smoking.
friend?
No, this is my uncle's girlfriend,
Both?
like a grown ass woman.
So she was stupid. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, she was stupid. Yeah, that's right. And I was in the like shed smoking, and she thought it'd be cool to like bring my cat outside, but my cat doesn't have a leash or a harness. She took a wire and wrapped it around my cat and opened the door while I'm smoking weed because I don't expect my cat to be there. Opens the shed door. Weed one blows in her face, my cat's face, and my cat is on a fucking wire, not even like on a leash. So my cat tries to run. It could have fucking killed her. And at that point, I literally like I almost had a freak out, and I was like, you can't like I'm like you can't treat, let alone my cat, any animal like that. And
Oh
she was
my
like, she was
God.
fine. She was fine, and like started like
Oh
just
my God.
it was horrible. We don't talk anymore. We just
Yeah, good move.
Was it because or after the fact that she tried to kill your cat? I'm not sure.
Oh, we don't talk for a lot of different reasons. That was just literally actually one of the
attempt of my
smaller
cat to achieve
situations.
among them.
Oh, but honestly, she could do as much shit as she wanted to do to me, and I could stay chill about it. But as soon as you touch my fucking cat, and I told her, I'm like, don't ever fucking touch my cat with permission again. I'm like, I pay you rent. My cat is part of that fucking rent. Don't fucking touch her. You have no right to touch my fucking cat like that. Like, I got so pissed off. Like, that's my baby. So don't fucking. Anyways.
Although CBD cat products are good,
Yeah.
they like
Oh, yeah.
I think they're beneficial for cats with arthritis and stuff.
100%.
I've also seen like animals that like go to smell the weed and like it. So my cat doesn't enjoy it, and she's usually not even in the room when I'm smoking. So I don't know. I'm just talking. I've seen people. I've seen all different kinds of experiences of cat smoking situations.
I just want to say
situations.
that Double Shine for like the entirety of like everything we just talked about just had the same exact smile on his face.
I'm a dumb little idiot when it comes
He's just like,
I think everything is really funny, and I see everyone else is happy. I'm like, damn, that's a pretty good time. This is awesome.
Hell yeah, dude!
You're
That's
not even
what's up.
perceiving like you're just like I don't know. Is it the honey or is it just you having a good
I
time?
listen. I feel like I'm always like I'm actually so boring. That's why I have to like go out and do stuff. When I get drunk, I just sit. I'm like staring at a wall. When I do weed, I'm just like, damn, everyone's told some pretty fucking good jokes, you know? Like I'm here for it. I love it, dude.
I'm the same way. When I smoke, I forget that I also am part of the conversation. Like, I feel like if I... That's why I can't smoke around, like, a group of people anymore, because I forget that I have things to say, and I'll reply in my head. Like,
Right.
there's minimal thoughts.
Same.
I just forget to
Same.
vocalize them. I'm just, yeah, but I'm having a great time. Like, it's not because I'm being, like, shy or anxious. It's just because I forget to talk.
Right. I was gonna say something. Fuck, I forgot.
Classic.
I've definitely had some experiences where like I'll invite people over and we're all just kind of like sitting and like 2 hours goes by and like nobody said a thing, and sometimes you'll like look at someone and you're like, should I? Nah, I'm just gonna stay quiet. You know, it's like it's really weird.
You ever been so high that you forget the person's in the room, and then they
Yeah.
say something, and you're startled by
Yes.
by the fact that they exist in the space? Also on Discord calls, because I did that. That just happened to me like 2 days ago. Me and my friend, we were both playing video games. We're both like just like it's Elden Ring, so we're both playing Elden Ring, and we're both doing our own thing. And I forgot he existed. And I forgot the whole world existed. And he goes, farts. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, I forgot you were there at all. That usually happens when
Sen
I'm really
startled
high.
me like 2 times already this stream where I'm like, because I don't see his face, right? So when I hear a voice, I'm like, are they in my room
know
or
it.
what?
I had a friend who used to smoke me down and ask me for dating advice. So like he would just like sit on my bed and then tell me like these like long drawn out stories about like, you know, whoever he was interested in. And he just kept, you know, he'd keep me weed, and I'd be like, you know, sitting there playing video games. I'd be playing World of Warcraft, like, you know, smoking his weed, just listening to him talk. And it would be like that. Like, he'd be like, so what do you think? And I'd be like, I think you should do it, man.
We just need to get it out. Poor guy.
So-
Just needs to talk it
I
out.
know.
Yeah, but so how many times have you just like that, like been high and somebody's like talking to you and like you're like sitting there kind of looking at them and shit, and you look like you're listening and you're playing the role, but then they get done and they ask you a question and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would
what
never
the
say
fuck
what.
did you just say?
I would never say what. I would always fake. Like the problem, at the time, I was always faking it. Because like, if I asked what, he would go into the story again.
Oh yes,
And
I
what?
feel
No.
you.
I
Yeah.
We wanted to get
I
to that
found-
step, right?
I found. I'm sorry. I'm high. What exactly were you saying again? Typically works.
Rehash the whole story.
No, but look,
No,
look, look, look,
typically people then are like, okay, I'll give you a summary, or I'll fill them in on where I was, where I lost it, because I have ADHD. Like that's just
Sure.
my life. So like that's something I have to deal with every single day. Cannabis helps it actually, helps me focus. Depends on the type of strain and my mood.
Mad
I
Lad, I'm
was gonna
guessing.
say that happens to me sober. Like I do. I'm really on panels sometimes. I'm like, oh shit, I lost that. I fuck. Like,
Yep.
Sometimes I'll be like on a panel show and I'm like here, but then I've got like 5 different screens on. I'm like chatting with everyone simultaneously, and like I'll definitely like lose the thread.
Have you ever
But,
have you ever responded to somebody that you were in chat with that you meant to type to, and then typed your response to somebody
My
that you
worst
were
nightmare.
like trying to talk to on stream?
Like because sometimes sometimes the conversations I'm having are like kind of
Yep,
sensitive.
that's
right?
actually happened.
Or shit. I would hate to accidentally like type the wrong thing in the wrong chat. That would be so. Oh.
Also, where I'm a mod where I can't delete it and there's no way to delete. I was like, oh well, that conversation is now in a chat of 80 people watching. Awesome, that's great.
Fuck.
Or like when you get a
Fucking
little too
fantastic.
trigger happy with like like copy paste, and you're like, oh shit, that is not the one I wanted to send. You know.
yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
Oh,
Because sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't write. You. I don't know. You guys probably know this, but you'll write your note on a separate app, so that people like can't see that you're typing, and then you'll just fucking paste like a paragraph, and like here you go, have fun.
Nice. Oh, if
worst nightmare, I
Yeahhway
hope.
just triggered it, but for those in the chat, if you don't know, if you hit exclamation point StonerCast, you can get links to all of the people streaming tonight, so you can enjoy their content as well. Very important to spread that love around. So
Ooh,
just to let you know,
the last link is 2 links combined.
it is
It
2
is.
links combined. We'll fix that one for you.
But yeah, I just warning. Yeah, okay. On that note, I probably should get going. And instead of plugging my stream, I'm gonna plug this video that me and Lilac Doll just put together. It was about 2 weeks of work. Basically, we have the show called You Might Like This, where she teaches me something one week, and then I'll teach her something the next week. So tomorrow it's my turn to teach Lilac something.
Oh, right on.
And if you don't go for Mad Lad, go for Lilac. She's amazing.
She
Yeah.
is.
Don't
She's
even
actually,
go
like-
for Mad Lad's fine, but like Lilac, go for Lilac.
I can't be mad at you because it's actually true. She is probably one of the most like just
Fucking
like not to
she's
like
amazing.
yeah, no, she really is. Like she's fucking brilliant. So what she did research into whether sex work and sex trafficking are related, and it was supposed to be like this whole conversation, and it turned out that the connections between the two are just like kind of fucked, and you can see how academics like kind of fudge the numbers like pretty hardcore in this. Also, there is a fake application for becoming a prostitute in the video that I read out loud, and there might be some fun little vintage video that I attached to the reading, and it's kind of great. You should all watch it and like and subscribe because people didn't like one of the interviews I did like 2 months ago, and they gave me lots of bad feedback, and I would love to have some positive vibes
yes.
on my YouTube channel too.
Let's do it. You guys could all do that for Mad Laden, and I'll hop over and do
I
the same
appreciate
as
it.
well.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and by the way, it's good React content too. Like seriously, like if you want to like just watch this thing, Lilac does a fantastic job of explaining everything. It's a sync,
Oh yeah.
no dead air. We cut it all out.
By the way, Mad Lad, congrats on your A- placement on the tier list.
Yeah,
Big
I know,
mover.
right? He almost had you in straight A. I was watching him do the tier list. I was in Danabo's chat the whole time.
Who did this tier list?
Danabo?
The Danabo. The
Oh, nice.
Politics tier list.
Hell yeah.
Aw, I
Yeah,
was
I've seen
almost an A.
his videos, his clip
Well,
videos.
Yeah, no. Weekly stand up got the A though, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I helped did that one, so like cool. I'll take the A for the weekly stand up, and I'm honored to be A- in the for me. Like the weekly stand up content's way better than me anyway. So
I enjoy
But
your
next
content,
time-
Madlad.
And if you ever want to come back on StonerCast, you're welcome.
Oh, absolutely. I thought I was scary TtenFlicks with this. I thought we were gonna do like a weed alignment chart where we talked about like all the different ways to get high and put it on like a chart, and we're gonna have like, you know, safe to not safe, or like effective to not effective, hyper to unhype, something like that. I don't know. I wasn't sure what we were gonna do.
You know,
if we want to do that.
I was considering that, and then I realized how many people in the room were like, I don't know what I'm smoking or my favorite strain. I was like, well, maybe that's not a good idea, because now we're trying to like, we got half the room not going to be able to, you know, illustrate like the strain or whatever, you know, like. But
We'll have another chance for sure. But yeah, thanks for having me. It was a blast.
Heck
I
yeah, we'll try again. We'll
enjoyed
try
hanging
again.
out. Yeah, for sure. All right, I'll see you all on the.
How we going, buddy?
I don't have a good. I'm just gonna pick a random image and like use that as my outro. All right. Goodbye.
So I've added one as friends, and oh, that's a good one. I've added everyone as friends, and I've joined everyone's Discord, and I followed everyone where they have links to, I guess. So
Fuck yeah.
just so everybody knows.
Nope. Yeah, I went through the list.
Also, now that Madlad's not here, don't follow Madlad on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. We're like head to head, and we're doing a little competition.
Follow Kaaayliee.
Just saying
Follow
that.
Madlad too, but maybe follow Kaaayliee first. Maybe like
Yeah.
Build her numbers up before his.
yeah, like
Yeah.
give it like a week. Give it a
Yeah.
week. That way,
Yeah.
head start.
Yeah, at least make him like shit his pants a little bit, because I was ahead of him, and then we're like even, and then it was funny because we both lost a follower at the same time, and then we're still even. I don't know what we're at now, but I honestly could care less about Twitter followers, and then he made me care because we had the same. So now it's a compliment.
He's in chat.
Yeah, yeah. It's fucking.
I don't get Mad Lad. You come on.
Heard that, saw that.
But I mean, to be fair, I'll beat him in my ratio anyways.
Do we need to get
Always.
Madlad back on here for the fight?
Well, that's the thing. I knew he wouldn't leave if I'd said that too.
He said he wanted to plug his Twitter, and he's gonna come back and like plug it like 5 times over just so he can get a lead.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. By the way, go to my Twitter twice. Make a second account and sign up, right?
Oh fuck. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm dead serious. Do it.
For real.
Oh, he's unfollowed. Don't worry. I mean, he's basically dead to me now. Never even heard of the guy.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Even though my Twitter is, I'm gonna try to start tweeting honestly on it, because it was just like a personal Twitter for a while, and then I realized I'm like, oh, I should probably start doing something on it.
Right?
Like I just retweet funny things, you know, like I have great retweet content on there. There's lots of funny memes. I only retweet the best. So
I shit post a lot. Some of the shit I post is serious, but mostly I shit post.
And every once in a while, Counterpoint steals your memes.
This is true. Counterpoints does steal my memes.
damn.
He said he wouldn't unsteal it because I couldn't show him a picture of me having Photoshop open with it in it. I should have just opened Photoshop and put the image in it and sent it back to him.
You don't proof screenshot all the memes you make, bro? What the fuck? Amateur. People gonna come at you, bro.
Counterpoints is cool though. He's like the social welfare program of Twitter. Like anyone can follow him. He'll follow you back, and if by chance you post something good enough, he might retweet you to like whatever. He's like 10,000 or something. Pretty cool.
True.
I think he's doing a good job.
True. That's that enlightened centrist in him coming out.
Yeah, I know.
The little bit of smidge of left that's there. The little like thumbnail of left that's there. You know? Actually, interpersonally, I disagree with that. Counterpoints on a lot, but interpersonally, he's a funny ass guy. I actually really enjoy talking to him and stuff. Cool cat.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna head off now.
All
I'm gonna
right.
go
Oh,
eat
yeah.
something. I'm hungry.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
right
All
on.
right.
Kaaayliee.
Thanks for
I
having
think
me.
I'm gonna head
Absolutely.
out in a minute too.
Cool.
Awesome. It
Well,
was nice
do
meeting
you-
everybody.
So yeah, let's do this. Do you guys want to plug yourselves real quick and give your shout outs to your peoples or what have you?
Yeah, for sure. So like I said, you can follow my Twitch if you want to, but there's nothing going on right there. Just follow my Twitter for the competition with Mad Lad. But yeah, otherwise I don't really have anything to promote myself.
Cool. Well, thanks for showing up. And I definitely, like I always say, anybody that comes on StonerCast is always invited back. You have an open invitation, so definitely let us know if you're interested in coming back on. We're all about it. Thanks for
Awesome.
thanks for popping in for sure.
Awesome. See you guys.
Later.
All right. Down another. Spaghetti.
Yeah, I'm
were
dropping
you
off
ready?
too.
You're. Go ahead.
Always dropping off. No, I'm just.
Yeahhway's out.
I've been in the chat already, plugging myself. Twitch.tv / Yeahhway with 2 H's. Yeah. Way.
Echo plays. What up, dude? Thanks for that grumbo.
And same with Twitter. Twitter.com / Yeahhway. And I'm feeling the CBD a little bit, which is really nice. It's gonna make me go to sleep.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's gonna be fantastic. I like sleeping.
Very
A lot.
cool.
Yeah.
Sleeping
Alright, y'all.
is good.
It was a very, very fun conversation, and I will be here whenever you guys are here next time.
Rock and
Hell
roll,
yeah.
man. Rock and
Y'all
roll.
have a
See
good
you
night.
on Wednesday.
Peace, buddy.
Oh,
right,
Wednesday, yes, Wednesday. Boo.
Don't miss.
What's that?
Yeahhway missed last Sun's.
You sure
Make sure
did.
to go up.
Then there were 5, and there will be 4 now. I am also leaving. I thank you guys so much. Jason Society _ Society. Thank you so much for having me. Everybody, you guys were all so nice. I plan on following all of you guys on your socials, so I'll be here in chat listening. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And I put my Twitch in the panel chat. Smoke weed every day. If you don't feel like it, that's cool too. All right.
Peace out, man.
Love you
Thanks
guys.
for
Peace.
coming.
Have a good one, dude.
All right. So now
Okay.
we're down to 4.
I want to ask a question real quick. Double, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I don't know. It's kind of like, how can I give me a second. My God.
I'll let you
Really
think. I'll let you
It's-
think.
Okay, no. I think I feel fine, honestly. I think for me, I've been kind of smoking a lot like recently and just doing like small doses. When I used to smoke, I would basically do like insane amounts. Now I just do like small amounts. Typically makes me feel pretty good and stuff like that. The only thing I worry sometimes is I kind of like I go into like a passive state where I just kind of like slump and don't say anything. So I do apologize. I don't even know how much I've been talking this stream or if I've been like actually just sitting AFK the whole time. But yeah, I mean it's fun and I really love like just like getting to know more people and stuff like that and like seeing what their experiences are like. So that's why I feel like in a lot of ways I like hearing what people think and then like asking them questions and stuff like that.
Hey, do you guys think DoubleShine's actually going to say anything tonight?
Jesus.
Just kidding.
He might. We'll get him out of his shell.
Oh God.
You've been very communicative. Don't feel bad. You've done just fine.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
I think-
talk more than me. You're good.
It's easy to feel that way on a panel with like a bunch of people too, because like even if you talk the same amount, there's like 7 people talking in between you usually. So like there's a long time for you to just be kind of sitting there stoned, like, maybe I should jump in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
true.
it's a fine balance. I think that like where you're just trying to find like places to get in and stuff like that. But it's really hard, I think, in the moment to like gauge for like what percentage of the conversation you've been eating up. And especially because like I think most of us are Twitch streamers. Our job is kind of to talk for extended periods of time. We're probably the people who are most likely to fill up the room. So it's always fun, I think, to like specifically talk to other people who are like that, just because like there's more to bounce off than like a room of empty people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get weed anxious in the exact opposite way, where I'm like, have I been hogging the shit? I'm gonna. You guys talk for a bit. My bad.
I think I'm fine with people who like will go off, but the only thing that I hate, man, have you ever gotten like a 10-minute story from someone and then their brain just shuts off and you get like blue balled so hard because you don't get to hear the ending and you're just like, are you kidding me? I had to suffer through 10 minutes of your like, I'm sorry, like super drawn out story and I don't even get to hear the ending. It's a disaster.
And then they're
I
like,
would feel
no,
bad
no,
for
it's,
them.
it's been built up too much now. Even if I remember, I'm not going to tell you.
Exactly, it sucks.
I think when I smoke, I don't like really talk, but I'm having a great time instead. I smoked with someone recently that it was like my first time kind of smoking with them, and they were like, they kept asking me like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I was having a great time, just like there chilling on my phone. I was like, "Dude, yeah, I'm fine. Like, this is just how I get. I'm sorry."
Yeah, I think like for me personally, like doing stuff is like really great. I know a lot of you guys were talking about like movies, but like what kind of things do you guys like prefer doing if you had the option?
Like for me, if I'm not streaming, I work a lot on music, or I'm like reading about what's going on locally, or fucking going out and getting involved. Could be like pissing off our school board or some shit like that, but sending fucking emails to people that to raise hell.
Yeah. I'm unironically kind of the enhancement stoner that he was talking about earlier. Like, I think most things, I prefer being like at least a little high for. Like, or like I don't know. I'm definitely like, I'm gonna smoke a joint before I go do this. It's definitely
It just makes everything like better and tolerable.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm just like, yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I like definitely playing music. I think that's probably like out of everything, that's my favorite thing to do. I'll fucking play my guitar and shit and get into that. Or
I feel like I never had like the connection to music, and it really sucks because I feel like all musicians, they sort of like get each other in that same way. But like I have no musical talent, no art talent whatsoever.
I feel you.
Like I can play like a C chord. Is it C chord? No, it's like a C scale on a piano. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, you have
That's
that
about
flute,
it, you know?
right? What about
The
that
recorder,
flute?
okay, the
Oh,
recorder. And I wasn't that good at
whatever,
it
same
either,
thing.
A flute and a recorder are a little bit different. I'll tell
Whatever,
you
I
that
don't
much. I
care.
do know enough about the two instruments.
Yeah, this guy, I'm not a musician. Gonna come in here and explain the nuances between all the different fucking woodwinds. Come on, bro.
Right. It's okay. You can be honest. We know you're a badass woodwind player. You got like your alto sax back there, and you're like rocking out and shit, playing that.
Listen,
Kenny
all I know
G.
is the recorder goes straight, and then the flute is sideways. That is it. There's something called a clarinet too, but who the fuck knows what that is? I hated them. They all sucked.
Oh, that's funny. No, I think everybody has the potential to be able to do something artistic or musical. It's just like I think it's whether or not like you've kind of been directed towards it. Like I was always directed towards it, like just because of how my family was about music and shit my whole life. Like, so there was a lot of emphasis put on that. So. I like when people say, "Oh, well, they're natural," and it's like, yeah, but then you hear about their parents were musicians before they were a musician. You know what I mean? So it's like I think a lot of that's just because it's instilled in you, like when you're really young, like it's kind of like a family thing, you know. And then you end up doing something with it because that's the first like skill or talent you pick up. Like that's like your rudimentary thing, like the thing that your parents first teach you. You know, so that's what you utilize and you kind of build off of that. I think that's the case with a lot of people.
Yeah, I had the same thing. It wasn't with music, but it was with gymnastics. And I basically did that my whole childhood. And then I grew up, and then that became like my job to be a gymnastics coach. And then I was like, well, that's like my whole life. It became my whole life.
I do think that like also there's like I think that people do have inclinations towards one thing or another, and if you try like 4 or 5 different mediums and they just happen to like be things that like for whatever reason you're less predisposed to being good at, then you can be like super discouraged to try like another 4 or 5. But I think that like most people probably have an eye for something. Like it just stands to reason. There's too many different mediums for nobody to have like an ear or eye or like vision for that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've always kind of said that. I feel like the greatest thing you can do in life is just find something that like you're really, really good at and something that like you really, really enjoy doing and just like share that with the world. Otherwise, like if you're just working, like what's the point, you know? Like you have to have that one thing that I feel like you just can like put your heart and, you know, feel it in a different way. And for some people that's music, for some people that's art. sport, I think, is a really cool way that a lot of people do that. I know, like, for me, I did like swimming for like when I was a kid, and then when I started working as a lifeguard, I kind of was like Zero, where I was like, oh fuck, am I just gonna be like in this for the rest of my life? And so hopefully I'm kind of escaping that, and, you know, even if it's working like retail, it's kind of cool to get a different environment as well.
Yeah, I was thinking too. I think, well, when I was younger, for sure, like my favorite thing to do when I would smoke is go skateboarding. And I would just skate for hours. I'd just be fucking, that was it. I loved the sound of the wheels on the fucking asphalt. Like something about that, or hitting the sidewalk and you hear that click clack sound. Oh, it's like rhythmic to me. I don't know. Always loved
Did you have
that
a
shit.
bad accident that caused you to stop?
Just got older and kind of stopped, like lost the taste for the habit, or lost the taste for the habit, lost the taste for the hobby, you know. Started getting into other stuff. I still like watching it though. Like I'll watch skateboarding, like competitive skateboarding on TV, or like go to comps that are happening out here. I mean, I guess I did get in a couple accidents that would keep me from like really doing it now, but I got ran over by a car and folded my ankles a couple times. The ankles weren't that bad, but when I got ran over by the car, that caused some pretty severe damage to my back. So that was it. You're muted. Oh.
No, sorry, I had to follow real quick. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. No, so yeah, so I think some of that slowed me down a little bit on that, but no, I loved it. I still love the sound. I'm actually getting another skateboard, but I'm getting a longboard this time, so I can just kind of cruise. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm actually excited. But something about smoking and skateboarding is just nice, or like just like even riding a bike or something. Just getting out and like getting that little bit of like physical activity afterwards, it feels good. Mm-hmm. It changes the high.
Be like a high in itself, yeah.
Mm-hmm. A little more.
I mean, I don't do it, but yeah.
I know, like, me and my friends, like, we would always like go and play like Smash Bros together and stuff like that, and like I thought it made me better, but I'm pretty sure I was like complete garbage at it, just like losing every game and stuff like that. But,
there's certain games. I mean, like I swear to God, I would like League of Legends. It without weed, I just wouldn't play. And there are times, like if I were out, I'm just like, nah. I think I'm fine on that for right now. I think this is a team fight tactics sort of day until I re-up. Like, is it because like I don't know? I just it's already that game will kill a buzz so quickly, dude. I could be like edibles high and just be like, I can't do it, dude. The human race is fucked, and I'm done. Like.
Oh yeah.
That's the doomer pill.
I don't know. I feel like I'm better at Tetris when I'm high. Something about spatial reasoning. I feel like I have a little bit. I'm a little bit more adept with.
Yeah. Also some Jenga. I can fuck up some Jenga, dude. I get down to the vibration of those blocks, dude. You know what I'm saying? And I fucking know.
Focus in.
Well, I'm gonna go get some real food, so I'm gonna head out.
All right.
I've just been picking on this tortilla this whole time. But thanks for having me. It was like truly an honor. I got to chill. There was no fighting. I got to talk. It was really nice. So thank you so much. I can start a fight.
Do you want
DoubleShine's got some serious pizza takes that I got a problem with.
So, yeah.
Do you
I mean, if you start a fight, I'll listen to it. Yeah, I'm Zira67. You know, follow me on Twitch. I don't really care about my other social medias. That's pretty much it. So follow me on Twitch, Zira67. Bye.
Peace out.
See ya.
All right. It's the boys club now.
Yeah, it's fun.
DoubleShine, I gotta be honest, if that doesn't fucking absolutely melt you with the amount that you say that you smoke now, then you got ripped off. I'll be upset for you. You tell me who to call and I'll Karen those sons of bitches. Yeah.
I mean, it feels pretty good. It's just like my body feels nice and relaxed. I feel like it's always a little weird because I don't usually like smoke when I'm doing like any kind of streaming or like on podcasts and stuff like that. So, because I always, I don't know about you guys, I feel like a little bit more like elated when I'm like on a camera and stuff like that. So yeah, but I don't know, like it feels good. It got that like nice little tingle through my whole body. But I feel like my like it's kind of what Jason said. Like my brain feels very much like intact, and I'm not like. At least I hope I'm not sluggish or like stumbling over my words. I think I'm like trying a little harder to enunciate, but you know.
Nah.
DoubleShine saying something.
You guys suck. I swear, every time you guys say, I'm like, fuck, maybe I'm muted this whole time. You know what I mean? I've been trying so hard to be better at it too.
The idea of us just sitting here for like 35, 40 seconds in complete silence, letting you do it too. Just
Well, look,
being like,
sometimes, man, like the time dilation can be crazy. I know one time I went to like a Wingstop, right? And we ordered like a ton of food. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I was at a Wingstop for like 5 hours, just like all you can eat buffet. And man, my brain. Sometimes I think about that Wingstop even now, and I'm just like, I wish I was there. You know, just eating wings all night. That sounds like a really good place to be.
there are places with menus that are just not built for going through Stone too. You guys ever seen the menu of a cookout? It is the most like fucked up, impossible to read bullshit ever, and it's exclusively drunk people food. They're like they're a burger place open until 4 a.m. What other excuse is there? Like, absolutely, it's just like you can get a quesadilla, chili, and a burger all in one place while you're drunk, and it's fantastic, right? But trying to read that menu Stone, dude, you will apologize to the person on the other end of the microphone multiple times because you feel like you've been there for hours. You're like, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make fucking sense of all this, man. I like, this is it is absurd, man. Let me see if I can find a picture of this and post it in chat so you guys understand.
There was a place near me that sold like Canadian poutine, but it wasn't like fancy like in Canada. It was like a greasy version of like basically like kind of like what chili cheese fries are, with like the curds of cheese. And man, that place was open till like 3 a.m. And if you were really hungry and you were really fucking high, you would definitely go there. And you would feel it in the morning because, like, yeah, it was some greasy food.
Like
There,
Gunbusters
it's going to
shit,
VC.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's like, I mean, the old standby where I'm at is a Mexican joint. They have them out in California too. I think they actually started out there, but Filiberto's, and it's just like, it's Mexican taco shop Mexican food, you know, like fucking pretty damn authentic, but it's greasy as fuck, and like, you know, get your fat bean and cheese burrito, carne asada quesadilla with fucking, you know, green chili on top of it and shit. Dude, they go ham, dude. Like, you can get whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, put it in VC text chat. That place is a fucking nightmare, bro.
And it's fucking wonderful, but kind of like there's always like because I can speak some Spanish and understand it pretty well, but there's always that little bit of like language barrier, and that's like always one of those like kind of crappy squawk boxes. So I'll be sitting there like trying to fucking understand like what they're saying and trying to battle between the language barrier and the shitty squawk box, and I'll like have them repeat like 10 times to me like what the fuck I ordered back to me to make sure they got it right, and then I'll be like, oh no, that wasn't it. I needed this, and it'll legit all be my fault. It's my fault, you know, because I'm just a dumbass not paying attention to them. But yeah, I've been stuck in there for a little bit. It's been pretty funny. Same way.
This menu's fucking crazy. Jesus, I can like. It's like some cookout tray. You gotta choose one. This is complex.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's so hard to follow, and also like most of the shit doesn't have the price next to it. It's like above it, and I don't know, bro. By the time you're going there, like if you're stoned or drunk, almost exclusively, it's just like you should absolutely have pictures for the people that are coming through this fucking line. Just allow me to like point at some shit realistic.
Yeah,
like that's really what you need to
like
have.
A burger with some cheese, you know?
Yeah.
Like...
No, yeah, that would be hard for me to get through. Especially, really, I'm pretty high right now. And, like, that's hard for me to get through. I'm sitting here looking at, like, fucking, it's really intimidating.
There's a lot of things that look good here, but, like, that's sort of the problem. They're all designed in such a way that you're like, oh, shit, okay, hold on. It really puts you in that kid in the candy store feeling immediately, and then you're like, what do I do?
Yeah, like, I mean, that's why, like, I think In-N-Out, like, it's just a really successful company, because they just always had, like, there's 3 choices or whatever. Just pick that, and like all the indecisive people who like you bother to read a menu, you just kind of go there.
The thing is you go to Cookout, like I'd like to redirect you guys to the prices of some of these things, because you'll go there, you have effectively an order picked out, and then you realize how cheap that is, and then you go through like a sort of whirlwind in your brain where you're like, oh my god, I can get so much more food right now, And so you start looking at like the bottom menus and the fucking and the milkshakes, and you're like, holy shit, it's all basically free. They're just asking me to take this food. And so you'll make some seriously irresponsible decisions with your meal, but it's amazing.
Yeah, they got a huge burger. It's $4, dude. Like that would be like $10 here. It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absurd, dude. You go through that menu and you're like, yeah, like I said, you end up making some serious, confrontations with the person that you thought you were. And no, whenever you're confronted with this particular devil, you will buy an absurd amount of food.
We need one of these. For real.
Open till 4 a.m. I've got a good drunk story for a cookout where I went to. It's also. This is all alleged. This was in Grand Theft Auto roleplay that this happened in, but I was maybe doing a little drinking behind the wheel, right? And you should never do that, even in GTA. Okay, you'll fuck up other players. So I was leaving my dad's house. I hadn't seen him in fucking years, and I had beers with him. And then I was going back to the hotel, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm definitely drunker than I thought I was." And I go through cookout, and I'm like, "This will sober me. This is why this place exists. This is basically a clinic in the middle of the night, right?" And I go through it, and we're ordering our food, and I can feel like a definite puke coming. And I'm like, "This isn't good," but we're in it now. So we order our food, and we get over to like the drive-thru menu. Or like the drive-thru window rather, and the person, I hand them my card, and they go back to hand me my food, and in the moment, like in between me handing my card, like this transactional phase, I turn and just like literally puke, almost like pretty much fill up to the top of cup, and I'm just like, fantastic, that's awesome, and fucking sit that away. This guy looks at me like I'm fucking insane, obviously. Hands me my food, and I'm like this. I'm like hitting him with the fucking puff cheeks, right? Mm-hmm. I immediately pull across the street after he hands me my food, and this guy's still staring at me the entire time out the window. Definitely puke all over the place. I look back at him bewildered. I had to look like a wild animal staring at this guy from like across the way. He looked, definitely a little bit intimidated. I think I scared him off. And I sat there for like another couple minutes and was like, okay, I feel pretty fucking good now. And made it back to the hotel. Nobody died. It was a fantastic night. But absolutely scared the shit out of the dude at the cookout, and definitely hit him with a no, I don't want any sauces with my, like, by just shaking my head at him while my cheeks were full of puke. It was not my finest hour.
I mean, you nailed it, right? It's basically a clinic in the middle of the night.
It saved my life. I'll have you know. That burger, when I got back to the hotel, I swear, if I hadn't had that, I feel like it would have been one of those like dry heaving into the fucking toilet nights. But it like soaked up enough. I had a quesadilla too. It was fire.
Man, that's making me fucking hungry. And I just ate. Now, see, that's the munchies talking. That's where you have to get control. You have to say, God damn it, I don't need those munchies. I can fight back against those munchies.
Yeah, it's like definitely, I think, the hardest thing for me. Or you're pretty much like, I feel like I'm way more happy to spend extra money when I am high on food and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then be like, oh yeah, I'll just like not eat tomorrow. But that's like a little easier said than done.
Yeah, I've been there. Going into the gas station and it's fucking, you're looking around at like all the candy and shit. Like, I don't commonly eat candy, but when I'm real high, fucking Snickers, Kit Kat bars, dude. Oh, chocolate chip cookies, ice cream. Let's go, dude. Let's go. It's all good, man. Like, fucking give me some Ben and Jerry's or fucking one of those fucking big ass Oreo ice cream sandwiches. Woo. Oh yeah, I'm about that life, man. I am all about that life. So I have to like talk myself down and be like, you don't need it. You don't need it.
I think usually like I think like just doing something helps. Like going out. Like I feel like if you're out and stuff and about, it's usually a lot easier. whereas you're just kind of sitting. One thing I've kind of noticed, I feel like sometimes what will happen is I'll be like high for like a lot longer than I expected, and it's kind of like a creeping, like lingering feeling at the end where you're still like just a little bit. I typically like don't want to redoze either, because then that's not really helping either.
Right.
But yeah, that's for me when I'm just like, okay, I gotta do something. I can't just like take the whole day off, and usually it's not that bad.
I usually just come. I don't know. I can't, like, I struggle to gain weight, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude. That's a hell yeah. Let's get it. And I'll just absolutely resign myself to my munchies. I'll go make irresponsible decisions in a kitchen with ingredients like I'm still an 18-year-old raiding a kitchen. Like, absolutely. Yeah, fuck yeah. It's like one of the best parts of smoking weed is how much better everything.
No question. If you can pull it off, I'd say fucking go for it, man.
Yeah, I probably got like 5 more good years of this, and then I'm gonna start, like, I'm just gonna blow up. So I'm gonna enjoy it while it lasts.
I think for me, I've always enjoyed like the nice sleep after. Like sometimes I think I get a bit of a headache, maybe like the next morning, but like I have like a hard time like falling asleep and staying asleep. So whenever I do weed, it's like nice to like actually like not wake up in the middle of the night. Although I will say, I feel like sometimes I worry that I get a little like too reliant on it, where now I need it to like have good sleep.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, I mean, smoking is kind of such a part of my everyday repertoire at this point. Like, and it's been for so long. Well, part of it truly is like medicinal. It's for back pain. So I do smoke every day, but I can tell you that like there's a place where I can get where I'm like, okay, here's the medicinal point, and then here's the fun point, and like I can really feel it when I hit the fun point. I'm like, all right, we're just gonna fucking go balls to the wall. I'm gonna rip some shit. We're getting into it, But I do still like the steady balance of like when I can just get like just straight medicated, where it's just like I'm just kind of in relief mode, like my mind's a little chill, like I'm just doing my thing. Like I almost feel like I get like in a zone with shit where I'm just like fully focused on whatever it is that I'm doing, and I'm like, there's kind of like no deterring me, if I'm digging my heels in on it. Have you ever felt that?
Yeah, I definitely. I don't know. I feel like I've had like kind of like waves of that. I don't know. Most of the time, like I feel like I've smoked weed for just about every like activity for so long that it's just like it would feel weirder to go without in a lot of those situations, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Like definitely at one point in time, like when I first got back into smoking, like whenever I was like 18 or 19 or whatever. Yeah, like regularly.
I think for me, it's kind of like the same thing where I feel focused, but at the same time, it's like sometimes I don't know if that's just me being high, thinking I'm more focused. I'm not actually getting that much done. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. It just feels good. Where like sometimes I just feel like I can get like more done and a little bit more processed. I'm not as like distracted by things and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm actually like trying to see if like maybe I have like adult ADHD, because apparently like I've heard so many people who like end up like getting diagnosed for that and then like take meds, and it like makes them feel like way better and more productive.
Yeah, could be. I always encourage to treat mental health if that's a thing. You can handle that.
It'd be crazy if you encourage people not to.
Yeah.
Do not take care of your mental health. Do not collect $200. Do not pass go. No.
Okay, I'm gonna take this moment, Jason. I want to make it while we still have high viewership. Shout out the next StonerCast. You see all the in StonerCast.
You're gonna make me do work now. Fuck.
Yes.
Okay, so our next StonerCast is next Sunday. Same time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We will have JJ for now, Nerdidity, Lord Kelmar, Coach Rig, also known as Obi-Wan Ginobili, or Millbilly. These are all members of the community. It is a community cast, so come check that out. A lot of all new people who've been in our chat, some of these folks from day one, so should be a lot of fun. Again, that's next Sunday, March 27th at 5:30 Pacific at 8:30 Eastern. You can tell I'm high right now, so yeah. So there's your plug.
I've done my job for the night. I'm gonna hop off.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
Have a good one, son.
Later, buddy.
Catch you guys later.
All right. We finally got rid of the security guard. Now we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, about time. I'm gonna use this opportunity to take a piss. He was guarding the door before.
Jeez. So I'm curious because I know like some people are talking about like smoking like outdoors in the shed. Do you personally like smoking indoors or outdoors? How's that go for you?
Oh, there's a thing I got. Like if I'm not doing like StonerCast or doing a stream, I like to smoke my flower outside. I don't like smoking flower inside. Concentrate, I'll smoke inside. It seems like the smell dissipates a little quicker, you know, and the smoke isn't quite as sticky on the walls, you know, type of thing as like what you'd see with like weed smoke. So for me, that's kind of the delineator. Like I'll do the concentrates inside, but I won't do the flower. And definitely not cigarettes inside. Fuck no. I don't even. Yeah, I can't fucking stand cigarettes.
Yeah, I think like for me, I really like outdoors just because like I've always liked kind of like chillier environments. I guess if it's indoor and it's like a nice cool room, like sometimes like, you know, the garage get kind of like cold and stuff like that. Those are pretty nice too.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
I
like,
definitely
indoors doesn't really matter. You know, especially if I'm doing edibles, then like yeah, it's, who cares?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if you're doing edibles, it's like I'll chill out wherever. I have I have this little like hanging swing chair. It's like all fabric, kind of like a hammock, but think of it with a chair with an ottoman instead of like the hammock style. And it's so fucking comfortable. I'll go and sit out there like after I've had an edible, or go sit out there and like smoke a joint or something. And the wind will start blowing and just kind of pushing it a little bit, and I'm just like, I'll close my eyes, dude, and I could totally fall asleep out there. It just feels so fucking peaceful. Sky chair, that's what it's called.
Yeah, one thing I do think with like weed and stuff like that, I really like that I always feel like I get back to bed at the end of the day and stuff like that. Whereas like, I think like with alcohol, sometimes, you know, you'll end up in a bit of a weirder spot. With weed, it's nice. You get to, you know, sleep it off.
Mm-hmm. End up crashing on somebody's couch or some shit. It's
yeah,
happened.
like that's fine too. You know, at least you're sleeping somewhere relatively normal.
No, I mean when you're drunk, you know. Like,
oh, when you're drunk.
I've ended up. Well,
Yeah.
I've ended up on people's couches, on people's floors, on people's bathroom floors.
Yep. The whole list.
Let's
Like,
sleep in
what
the
about you?
back
Do
of
you like
somebody's car.
indoors or
yeah.
outdoors?
Wait, what?
Do you like smoking indoors or outdoors?
Both. I guess I don't know. Outdoors is, I mean, it's fun. Like at like festivals and shit like that. I guess is fun. I don't find myself doing it as frequently, so I guess more often indoor. I don't know. I guess I don't have a strong preference.
What kind of like festivals? Because I've never been to like a larger festival and stuff like that, but I've done it at like a concert before, and that was not that fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious if like festivals are different.
Yeah, I mean, it being like a bigger outdoor festival, like going all the way back to like when I was a kid going to like Warped Tour and shit. It was just like especially our venue for Warped Tour is like a gigantic field in the middle that didn't have a bunch of stages and shit on it. So by like, I don't know, 20 minutes after the doors open, you would walk through that field and just get high just from a contact alone. It was just a haze of fucking people, and that was a fantastic spot. So I guess, I don't know, since then it can also probably be pretty obnoxious at some places, because like a lot of the festivals do shit with like spatial sound. Like you'll just like, there's a whole lot of noise pollution from varying sets, and it could just be fucking obnoxious if you were super stoned.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in the right environment, yeah, it's really fun.
I think that the noise thing, that was like the biggest issue for me. I was listening to like electronic music, and it was like I thought my ears were like exploding. I was like, oh my god, dude, my brain's about to shut down.
Yeah,
everything else was fine, but it was just like I just couldn't handle like the crazy loud noises.
One of my worst experiences I was at an indoor venue. We saw Prada, and all the bands leading up to Devil Wears Prada playing was dope. And then they came out, and me and my buddy looked at each other. We went outside. We had just like shit weed at the time, but somebody there had like really good stuff, and he matched us. And we went back in like fried. And right before they went on, like it sort of hit us that this like might not be a very good time because it's going to be like a very bright, loud experience. And we looked at each other and we were like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. And he was like, yeah, me neither. And pretty much immediately we sat there with our eyes closed the entire time, just being like, just not having fun at all. We ended up like walking out halfway through the set and just like listening from outside. We were like, this is so much better, dude. This is how you should. This is the premier way to experience concerts. Get high and listen outside. You could even do it for free.
There you go. Festivals are always fun to get high. Like I've been to a few Coachellas, and I had so much fun getting high at Coachella. I mean, that was like a 3-day festival though, so we stayed there in tents and shit. Fucking polo field out in the California desert. But that was a lot of fun. I had a blast. That was a fucking great place to smoke because nobody cared. The security didn't care. It's like fucking hippie villages everywhere. Like,
No, yeah, they're way more worried about people bringing like serious shit into places like that. Like everybody, the baseline is getting high on weed. Like,
yeah,
you got to worry about people bringing like laced Molly and shit into a place like that.
Yeah, exactly. It was just kind of like no fucks given. It was kind of cool because it was pre-legalization in my state, and I think there was some restricted medical legalization in California at that time. Definitely wasn't loose at all. And like you'd go there, and it was like a fucking oasis, dude. Because it was just like seas of people smoking fucking weed. You know what I mean? Like it's like, and like be like, cool. Like I could just smoke a joint right here, and like everything's cool. You know, like. Because, I mean, even you do it at a concert, there's an air of, like, kind of like, oh, well, you still kind of don't want to get fucked with by security. But when you're at a
probably
festival...
shouldn't, like, broadcast it to the world right now, but as long as you're, like, kind of doing it at your own place, like, who's going to stop you?
Right, you know. But they just didn't seem like they cared, you know? So I was like, fucking rock on, dude. and that was actually, like, one of my favorite times smoking. Plus, there was, like, every cool-ass band I could possibly imagine at the time I could see. I saw who was there? I saw Damian Marley. I saw fucking Daft Punk, Gnarls Barkley,
yeah.
Beck, fucking who else was on that one? I can't remember who the other headliners were. The Pixies. Yeah, the Pixies were there. Oh, dude, there were so many good bands I saw. Tool was on that one. That one was when Tool played Coachella, and it was when they released 10,000 Days. They released it at midnight, and the Virgin tent at Coachella was the first one to have the vinyl copies of it. But they played like pretty much all the songs off of 10,000 Days, and so it was pretty.
Plus, if you consider like just show culture in general, bro. If you ask anybody who's ever done security at a place like this, like especially because most of these places are just selling booze straight up. Like, it is not the stoners that the security ever has to worry about. Like, it makes sense that they would live and let live. They've got their hands full with the shit that people are doing legally, let alone the, people who are coming to these places coked up or whatever. Like, there's a ton of shit that people come into shows on.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, there's enough drunk assholes to where it's like stoners could always kind of just, like, blend right in with the crowd in a concert because it's just like, oh, it smells a little funny in here. I don't care. Those stupid dudes over there are about to fight. Like,
yeah, exactly, Or are they going to rush the stage, or some shit like that? There's always some shit to contend with that way.
Right. Yeah, and it's basically never the crowd of people who are like, kind of off of themselves looking around like this. Like those people are just like mostly chilling and occasionally like ripping a joint. Like it's let them be. We got our hands full.
I mean, like, have you ever been to like the first aid tent at like one of these? You know that like some random stoner is not like that's not going to be the issue there.
No. If it is, it's not because he did something stupid. Or did anything fucked up. It's because he like got dehydrated, or like, you know, it's some shit like that for sure.
Oh yeah, like, I remember the only like the fucking speaking of like injury tents, like the worst injuries I've ever seen at a concert by far were when I went to see Rage Against the Machine at this place called Compton Terrace out here.
That'll happen.
Compton Terrace had like very minimal security. It was basically just a big grass bowl with a stage. Like there was no seats, there was nothing. It was just big grass bowl with a stage, badass sound system, and it was right next to a drag boat raceway. So, it was owned by Stevie Nicks, actually.
Well, their crossover is, is going to be bring a lot of fucking heavy hitters in. Like, there's a ton of people who were doing like Madball and shit and Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, it was like, and you know, it was a lot of jocks and shit. You know, it wasn't like, you know, the usual crowd, but dude, you just saw I just watched people roll out on stretchers. There was like 14 fucking bonfires. Like that venue shut down right after that. That was like the last show at that venue. And it's like, fuck, man. I had seen so many shows there before that, but they're finally like, screw this shit, man. Because they couldn't even keep people out. Because people just knocked the fence over that like wrapped the perimeter of the place. They just knocked the fence over at that point. Everybody just kind of rushed in. So a lot of people even had a free show.
It's hard to do shows like that. Like This Is Hardcore only lasted a few years for that reason. There are ones where it's just like you're bringing in a certain like to bring in these bands at all. It has to be a pretty lax venue, like a really really like, you know, nice, you know, corporate establishment isn't going to have fucking Terror and Madball on it. Like they don't want that smoke. Yeah. So like a lot of those places just end up it's like a bar. And dudes go hard at shows like that. Like people, like even on like a, you know, less like generally violent front, even like deathcore shows, I've seen like people get like knocked the fuck out, trampled a bit, and then stretchered out. Like one of my first Warped Tours, I watched a girl who I'm pretty sure was like seriously injured get fucked up during Whitechapel. So like, yeah, I don't know. Lax security at a place like that is like usually a recipe for some fucking disasters.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I did a show where people got fucking crazy and tables were broken and shit was fucking knocked over and like, yeah, if I hadn't been really, really good friends with the owner and known him really well, I probably never would have played there again. But yeah, it was like they stopped the show because like people were fucking just moshing like fucking crazy. It was a dive bar, you know. I mean, I wasn't playing like a huge ass venue at that point, but it was just kind of funny because you're speaking to the same thing, you know. It's literally you just watch people lose their shit, and a lot of the people weren't even our like crowd or fan base. They just happened to see us, and we had like one song, and people. It was kind of like it was a super heavy song. What am I saying? It was fucking monstrously heavy, and like that was that. And tables were knocked over, people were knocked over. Fucking couple guys had to get some fucking medical attention. I'm like, wow, what the fuck happened? Like, song became a liability for us.
I think like one time I almost got caught up into like one of those. It was kind of like a mosh pit, pretty much, but basically just like dumb guys like beating the fuck out of each other. But man, I was so close to getting like sucked in because in the moment, you know, you don't even know what the fuck's going on. You just got these like random guys that are trying to like nudge you over in one direction.
Yep.
I think like all my friends like came and they like grabbed my arm as I was going in, like dragged me the fuck out. They're like, no, chill. So
some people will try to push you into the pit too, like to
exactly. That's what happened. They were basically trying to push me in.
And it's like,
because like I didn't even know them. They were fucking random people just trying to like push me, and I didn't understand what was going on at the time. You know, this was like one of my first concerts.
Like, stop pushing me, bro. Like,
we used to kind of we used to kind of be a problematic whenever we would travel with like local bands. So if they would book a show, you know, a few hours away, we would always show up as like the local, you know, contingency, and we would show out because I mean that's what you do in like hardcore scene. You know, like you show up and you fucking go off for your band, and like the very first song that a band from Pressburg, they were called Ejaculation of Serpents. Super heavy fucking death metal band. Their very first song, we were fucking hitting pretty hard, and these like local dudes did not like that. I got jumped by like 3 or 4 dudes. A gigantic fight broke out between like their dudes and our guys, and that show ended pretty much immediately. Like one of the stacks fell. Like it's I don't know. It's like on the one hand, like I kind of understand because I've definitely been hit before and like crowd killed into. But on the other hand, like I don't know if you guys have ever seen a lot of like local metal shows, but usually there's some fucking other places that you could be standing that isn't like directly in the line of fire. Like usually these places aren't exactly packed. And I don't know. I feel like people often get a little too pissy whenever like I'm pretty sure like most people know when you walk in the door to a show like that, like there are going to be people who are like, you know, flailing their fucking arms about and shit.
Oh, for sure. I mean, having been on the other side of it on the stage instead of in the audience, you know, you see it, you know. I mean, you know exactly what the score is. And the people that go out to the shows often, you know, they know where to stand to stay out of the way. And the people that want to be involved in the shit, you know, will go get involved in the shit, you know. So yeah, when people get pissy about it, I'm kind of like,
Well, because also like,
if you're new
I'm not
to
a dick, man. If you're holding your hand out like that and I hit your arm or whatever, like I'm gonna stop. Like that's like general, you know, people like, you know, guard up. They'll fucking put their shit out so you don't just crash into them fully. If I don't know, if I don't feel that, I'm not looking for you. Like I'm just, you know, like yeah, people take it like super personally, and it's like the least personal way that you could ever take a hit.
It's, like I mean, I feel like especially because like in general, and I've seen even people like when you're kind of like shoving to get past them, they'll get like really fucking annoyed about it. It's like, dude, like come on, like we all know what it's gonna be like here. You're gonna like rub into people unless I'm like
yeah, it's body to body, bro. Like
yeah, like if you don't want to do that, like go sit in the fucking back. Like I'm sorry, like you're not gonna find like your own. You're not gonna carve out your own little space that like nobody's gonna like be there
right.
You. If you don't like that, like why the fuck are you there at a concert? Like it makes no sense.
Yeah, do you not realize we're packed in here like a can of sardines?
Yeah, like, it's tight, and like, and I'm gonna be honest, like for the most part, it's just not a big deal. Like you bump against someone like a little bit, you're not like killing them. Like, jeez.
No, and like, I mean, there's something to be said about like a venue already being like packed wall to wall, and the fact that like there is going to be a contingency who needs a circle in the middle of this to just be like completely bodiless for the most part, except for people coming like through and out it. So like it does make being around that, you know, especially tight or dangerous. But like, yeah, don't like do some of that shoving and get the fuck out of the way. Like you're absolutely like in the shit of it right now.
I feel that 100. Oh man. Yeah, but fucking shows are still fun as fuck. And I love smoking at shows. It's like when I always say there's like the smell, like concert weed smells different. Concert weed smells different. It does. There's something about the way the weed hits the air when you're fucking smoking weed at a concert. It smells different. It smells better.
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, like I've always liked the like, I don't know. I think I'm weird, but I like the cloud, like the haze and stuff like that. For some reason, it's just like, I don't know. Maybe I think it's easier or something like that. Although I will say, I do have a bit of a pet peeve for the people who like very obnoxiously will, like kind of blow smoke in your face. It's like, dude, did you really have to do that, dude? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I've always thought that's kind of a little weird.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend one time. She would, we'd smoke weed together, and she would blow. She'd fucking. I'd like take a bong rip, right, and she'd hold it, hers, and then I'd go to blow mine out, and then she'd blow her hit at me, and I'm like, she'd do it just to be like obnoxious, and I'm like, why the fuck did you do that? You know, I can't fucking. I'm like trying to breathe, you know, I'm like coughing out my head, you know. Took this monster outside, I'm like dying. She's like, here, have some more. Fuck you, buddy. I'm like, God, I hate you right now. Oh, that used to annoy the shit out of me.
Why the fuck did you do that?
Right? Do you see me right now? Do you see me? I'm fucking coughing right now, and you're gonna give me more. Thank you for that. Oh, Yeahhway, thanks for gifting that sub to Desperado Sensei. Rock and roll. Thank you very much. Shubs. So you're are you you just did your return to the Bearded Rationals, right? Last week?
Yeah, last Tuesday.
How'd it go?
Pretty good. Our numbers were better than I thought they would be because, like, I know like attention spans are really fickle in the space. So if you've got like people who have been watching every week and then just you're not there for a few, there's a good chance they found something else to do on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, we had better numbers than I think we had like our show prior to that when we had been doing it consistently. So like it went better than can be expected. And yeah, I'm excited. I was just stoked to like get back to doing it, even if it had only been us on there, I wouldn't have cared. Just like actually getting back to streaming and talking for a couple hours after everything would have felt regardless fucking dope.
That's awesome.
How long was the show itself? Like how long do you? Because I think I saw part of the VOD and it felt really long, and I'm not sure. Do you guys do that every week? Like pretty long?
Yeah, it kind of depends. So like we'll do that one was a little bit longer because it was when I was drinking, we were talking for we did our like open bit at the end. We'll sometimes go long. Basically, usually like the main bit of the show is like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then we open it up to opens, and then depending on what that gets into, that could be a 30-minute experience or like a 2-hour argument. There was a time where like Woodsman came on there and insulted Dylan Bird, so he hopped in and had to defend his honor by fucking Woodsman thinks that he's like 5'6" or something like that, which I'm pretty sure is just like the monster. Like I've seen him standing next to enough things now that I can like I've got perspective on roughly how tall he is.
I think we just like across the board, everyone just needs to like line up at the next event or something.
Right.
We report everyone's height because I'm so sick of this. I feel like everyone is sizing each other up. Everyone's throwing out these numbers. Half of people are like 5'2" and the rest are 6'4". Like I don't know who the fuck. And I guarantee you everybody's lying. So I need an odd record.
Everyone here is actually 5'10", dead in the middle.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
they're bang average.
My chat actually one time asked me how tall I was, and I told them, and they fucking didn't believe me. I was like, what do you mean? Like,
how tall are you?
I'm 6'1". And they're like, no way, you're 5'8" or something. I'm like, I'm not 5'8", dude. I am not 5'8". I am 6'1".
No, yeah, you got like that, like that. Yeah, you got fucking 6'1" energy for sure. You seem like a guy like that. Doesn't surprise me. You seem like you got like yeah, because didn't you talk about like being fucking big even when you were like growing up? Like you were fucking like a fucking giant like freshman or sophomore or some shit like that. You said you were like playing ball like super early.
Yeah. I was really tall and like doing athletics and stuff when I was very, very young. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound.
But
you're only 4'11".
I feel like my friends did the same thing where they were like out because I was like taller than average as a kid. And then they would just be like, oh, like, you're going to go do basketball. And I feel I was never good at basketball, but, like, I was taller, so I would just catch rebounds all day and then pass to really good people on the team. Hey, I did my job.
Just post up here, kid.
Got them boards, man. Hey, that counts for something.
I'm telling you, I was, like, the worst at dribbling, worst at shooting, couldn't hit a free throw, but, like, goddamn, I got every fucking rebound and just passed. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, I love playing basketball. Like, but that was just like a thing with our whole family. Like my dad played basketball all the time. Like he up until he like really couldn't walk much anymore. And I mean that wasn't until he was like 75. Like he would go to the courts and shoot around and play basketball. And he'd like get into like real good like pickup games up until he was probably like 65. And it's like rock and roll, dude. He could hang. You had a shot. He was really good. But so he was always playing, and my brother played, in high school and shit, and so naturally I played. I picked it up. I wasn't great or anything like that. I just had fun doing it. But yeah, like I was talking about Muggsy Bogues the other day. Like I was so in awe of that dude. Like 54.6-inch vertical is what it was when he fucking dunked. The one time there's video of him dunking. I'm like, fuck, that's monster.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't know, it'd be so cool to see that like today because I wasn't like around for that I didn't like follow those games, and now I feel
Right.
like it's all kind of standardized. Like I think the shorts are like what 510 or something.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Is it shorter than that?
There's somebody that's shorter than that, yeah. Tyler Eulis is 5'8".
Okay. Well, like 2 inches off. I'll take it.
That's still absurdly short though, like for today's game,
Yeah.
because the average is so much higher. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, that I mean, it might be. I don't know if it's more impressive than Muggsy, but just the fact that it's existing in the modern game is pretty insane.
Yeah, it
you
is.
guys,
It's changed a lot more 3-pointers. A lot more 3-pointers. A lot of stuff has changed as far as defense goes. Seems like the game's a little less defensive than when I remember watching when I was younger. But yeah, for sure.
Do you guys follow other sports? Like what kind of, league divisions?
Sport I follow most closely is football. I'm a big Chargers fan, so like every single game. Like sometimes like on Sundays, like when football season is in, I will probably not even be starting to stream until after the game's over because I have my fucking tradition, man. I get my jersey on, I throw fucking meat on the grill. You know, I'm like in the zone with that shit, dude. Like I'm fucking. That's the one thing I'm diehard about. But the rest of it, like, yeah, I like some MMA stuff. Like I'll watch it. Like I loosely keep up with it. I usually have a good idea of like who the like top competitors are at any given time, but I'm not like I don't follow it, very closely.
For like the big sports stuff, I think like when your team loses after you've done all the like rituals and stuff like that, I feel like it's like, damn, now today, like it's kind of a bummer, Like you just kind of wish they would have won. It's still a good day, but it's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, it's like fuck. You go into Monday, like I would always go into Monday like my head down and shit, like god damn it, my team fucking lost,
You have to like take off the jersey after the game. You're like, I don't want to wear it for the rest of the day anymore,
Have somebody be like, hey, can you go to the store and grab something? Fuck, hang on. Not getting heckled today. Not today, Satan.
I remember like because I used to live in LA, and like when the Lakers started doing really well, it was cool to see like kind of like a shift in almost like the town vibe and like the attitude towards stuff. And I think this is when we were having like crazy shit go out after winning like the Nationals or whatever. I'm not that good at basketball, or I don't follow a lot of basketball, so I apologize if my terms here are wrong. But yeah, I think it was like when Lakers were playing Celtics and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that was fun. That's always fun to see in LA.
Oh hell yeah. And that rivalry goes back so far, like I mean that's like Bird and fucking Magic Johnson territory type shit, man. I mean that's old school. Those are some good rivalries. Those games, even those old games, are really good.
Yeah, I don't actually know almost dick about basketball. Shortest guy is one of the few things I do know, only because he played for Kentucky and was super fucking short then. Fucking. Otherwise, I'm like a complete fish out of water. I'm the opposite though. Like I keep up with MMA to like a embarrassing degree. Like if I was ever completely open with how much I know about MMA, people would probably never talk to me. They'd be like, "This guy is a fucking psychopath." With like, just like yeah. I had a problem for a long time when I first got like the subscription service to the UFC shit, where I would just go back and watch like old entire pay-per-view, like day in and out, and like I don't know, yeah.
Like all those
I got studied up on the game.
All those old Dan Severn and fucking Hoist Gracie fights.
Oh
and
fuck
shit
yeah,
like
dude.
that, dude.
Yeah, plus they've got all the Pride fights on there. They've got a ton of shit.
Oh no shit, that's dope.
One thing that's like really cool, I love hearing about like the things like you said that like nobody ever really wants to share about, because everyone else would be like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with this person if you actually did. But I feel like a lot of my friends, because I'm still like I'm in mid 20s now, jeez, but a lot of my friends are like young 20s and stuff like that, and only now I'm starting to hear about like some of those like really embarrassing things that like mean a lot to them. It's always fun to like tease people out, because I know that like if they wanted to, they could talk about it for like 2 hours straight, nonstop. But like they know that nobody else has a clue what they're talking about. You know what I mean? So,
to be honest, like the one guy that I had on back to back for StonerCast, Beer Bash Johnson, like I know dick about iRacing, but I could sit there and listen to him talk about it for fucking hours, dude. Like it's just interesting to me, you know. Like I don't know why I'm interested in it, but it totally interests me. So much so, I'm actually thinking about getting one of the rigs so I can start doing iRacing too. But yeah,
It's fun as fuck.
Is it? Have you done it too?
Yeah, I was so close to having my rig done. Had my fucking wheel, dude. Had my shifter I wanted, dude. It was there. The only thing I had to do was buy like a big metal mount to like slap it all together on. But yeah, it's a blast.
Hell yeah.
I mean, like I feel like everyone like they kind of need that like hobby that like means a lot to them and stuff like that. You know, I feel like for not everyone gets the opportunity, I think, to like enjoy what they do for work. And I think that's fine. You don't have to like love what you do, but as long as you like, I think you have some passion that you kind of get to go, you know, home to, get the weekends off for, take a vacation to go do it with some friends, then like you can still live like a pretty, I think, healthy life without, you know, killing yourself about work.
Oh yeah, and you need that if you're because I don't know, man. Like my job, like my day job is not bad. It's good. It's all right. You know what I mean? Like I have no real complaints about it, but it's pretty mundane and fucking tedious work. It's nothing like super exciting. So, you know, doing other things like, you know, playing games or playing music or even Twitch streaming, you know, those are things that are enjoyable to me, you know, and it's like, do that shit. You know, I look at it this way, like I got a decent job, and even if it's mundane as shit, like it pays for me to do the shit I really love to do. So that's all that matters to me, you know, so I'm good with that.
Well, one of my friends, she like same thing, you know, she has a good job. It's a good job, but she doesn't like love it. It's not like her dream to be working as like a recruiter or whatever, you know, but she travels a lot too. And she gets a lot of like time working from home. So like she'll do some really cool stuff where she'll like go travel abroad, and she could still do like most of her work, but she's out in like Europe or New York working, you know, jobs from her Bay Area office, which is like that. I mean, I think that's like really, really cool that like people can find that. You know, as for travel specifically, like I don't travel like all that much. Do you guys like, you know, ever go out and travel?
Ooh, I'm going to be going to Hawaii at the end of April. I've never been to Hawaii before, so that'll be interesting. But I mean,
everyone says it's beautiful. I've never been either, but like, man, it looks amazing.
I've been some places, you know, like, and I did travel for work for a little while. I've been to obviously a lot of places in the States, but out of the country, Mexico, fucking Ireland, Canada, you know. Nowhere majorly interesting. Although Ireland was dope as fuck. Well, Ireland, because I went to Ireland, I also ended up in Germany for a little while too. So I got to go to Frankfurt, Germany, and all over Ireland. I was in Dublin, Dundalk, went up to Northern Ireland. Why is the fucking big city up there escaping me? Anyway, it's a big city in Northern Ireland, so I got to bounce around quite a bit there. That was really cool. Outside of that, no, I haven't really had Belfast. There you go, JJ. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't really been a whole lot of other places, you know. And right now, especially with, you know, COVID having hit and all that, like I was really trying to stay locked down, but you know, we all did our vax stuff and we've been super careful. So I'm like good with like, okay, we need to get the fuck out of the house. This time.
Yeah.
It's been a couple
hard,
years,
right?
you know?
It's like, you don't really know like when you can and stuff like that. So it's almost hard to like reteach your brain, I think, how to like start going back out more after like hardwiring it to be more or less like fairly indoors.
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of like one of those things. And too, I've also found a lot more comfort in my home because I work from home too. Like I quite literally, the way my job is, I can work anywhere in the continental United States. As long as there's an internet connection and fucking power, I'm good, you know? So even if I don't have time to take off, I would still go take a vacation somewhere if I could. But because of COVID, I almost forgot to give myself permission to go do things, like to even like, you know, take the extra trip out to the store to get beer if I wanted to, you know, or whatever it is, you know. Even going to the dispensary, I'd start ordering shit instead of like going to the dispensary, you know. I've only started going back into the dispensaries for about a month or so, and it's been this long. Otherwise, I've just ordered shit and had it delivered, you know. But I miss the experience of being in the dispensary. So the fact that I let it go as long as it did, I'm fucking surprised. But yeah, so it's been an experience for me. I think a lot of it's like the comfort level. You know, you just kind of, especially if you're just really chill in your spot and you like have everything set up the way you want and you're used to that. Probably not a good thing to be like that long term, you know, like as long as we have been. But at least now, retraining, teach yourself to go out and touch some grass, you know. So that's where I'm at now.
Yeah, we've sort of been, you know, like obviously like somewhat principally opposed to taking like big ass vacations right now. But yeah, and then yeah, it's probably a thing that's going to happen though at some point this year, just like for sanity's sake. I'd like literally anywhere. I would go like 2 hours away and just stay for like a few days just as a fucking breather. For sure, yeah. I definitely feel the cooped upness.
Well, and yeah, you deserve a fucking vacation, bro. You've been through some shit. You deserve a fucking vacation for sure. Out of anybody I know right now, you know, like.
Yeah.
So hopefully you get to make that happen.
Yeah, I think like for me, man, one thing I really like that like my family lives in like Los Angeles, but I live in Northern California, like near San Francisco. So I don't like travel a lot out of state, but I still get to experience like two really, really big like urban cities that are vastly different from one another. Like San Francisco and LA are nothing alike. So I mean, at least I get to do that. I do think that like going to like I think you talked about Ireland. Is that where they have like the rolling green hills and it's just beautiful?
It's very it's super green. It's definitely like a colder climate, even in the summertime. It's kind of like the climate's similar to San Francisco, actually, because it's in the northern, like that far up north as far as, you know, where it sits on the globe. But yeah, it's super green. Everywhere is green. And living in Arizona, where everything is fucking shit brown, it's like, oh, this is fucking nice. This is beautiful, you know. But yeah, a lot of farmland still, you know. Like, I mean, there are cities, but it's not, you know, it hasn't been totally metropolized throughout the whole country. And I mean, the country is the size of Indiana, you know. Really, it's not a huge country, you know. But yeah, they got some great cliffs and beaches, you know, really beautiful, like rock formations and shit. We went to see this rock formation that connects Scotland and Ireland called Giant's Causeway, which was really cool. Like, they've got like these hexagonal shaped rock formations everywhere that actually, like, they used to, I guess, connect them, but over time they've kind of eroded. But they were naturally occurring apparently. So I was like, damn, that's pretty sick. But yeah, so got to do some stuff like that, and seeing that, the lay of the land more instead of just sitting in the city. You can really appreciate those rolling hills. Like, it's sensational. Where could you go though if you could go anywhere in the world? Where would be the place that you would choose to go?
Dude, I feel like I really want to go visit New York because I love like huge cities. I don't know why. I've always been intrigued by them. Like, I feel like New York it's almost like the symbol in a lot of ways, especially in America. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's other like really big cities as well. Tokyo is really huge, but it's probably a lot harder to go as like an American kid going over to Tokyo than it is going to New York. You know, finding a hotel, it's probably not going to be that hard.
No. The rule is you can go anywhere in the world you want. There's no conditions on it. If it's still New
Listen,
York, that's cool. That's cool.
I think for me, I don't like planning. I like to just go and experience stuff. You know what I mean? But if I'm going like abroad to like another country, then I feel like you should probably do some level of planning, or you're gonna get like your passport stolen and you'll get like stuck in a street somewhere.
True. True.
Fuck, I don't know, man. I'm sort of I'm pretty fine with like chilled towns. Like I don't know. I've been to vacation to like smaller like Asheville seems fucking dope. Fucking I don't know. I don't really like going to like a giant place like New York sounds like I would be fucking miserable the entire time. But I like way more chill vibes than that. Beaches are cool, especially like you know, a little more like off the beaten path beaches and shit like that. But I don't know. I don't really have like I've never really thought about it. I don't know. I don't have like a dream destination, I guess.
Oh, I do have one, and this is crazy. I never knew about this, but you can take like trips to like Antarctica. It's like a week for like 10 days, and it's probably like $10,000, somewhere around that range. But I mean, hey, if you want to, you can go to Antarctica, go see like penguins.
That might be kind of fucking dope, dude. That might.
True. That also gets rid of that people problem.
Yeah, you know.
And I mean, like, it's crazy because like at least like the pictures are so serene and like untouched by human civilization whatsoever. You just have like ocean and ice basically.
Bring a jacket.
Oh yeah. That's actually like what most, I feel like a good portion of the money is just you have to buy your like all the really like heavy duty equipment to even go, or else you will like actually will die.
Right. So yeah, there'd be some planning involved. But hey, see, that's the thing. If all bets are off and you could have it your way, you wouldn't even really have to do the planning. Other people do it for you. So whatever. I'm with that. I like that idea.
All right, we'll go to Antarctica together.
Let's do it.
I'll make it happen.
See if we can fish for like some. There's got to be some fishing we can do up there. Maybe salmon, sea bass.
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, that's what the penguins do, right? So probably something.
True.
Fishing is one of those things that I always like love doing. It's like just an activity I would like go with like my dad and stuff like that. Although I'm so impatient with it, so I could never actually catch one. But I think like my dad caught one once and we like cooked it, and it was like, wow, I'm so productive. I'm doing like actual like Boy Scout things.
Right. I used to fish a lot. We do all right. Like I wouldn't catch fish every time we went out, but like we'd catch at least a few like every couple times we go out. And sometimes it wasn't much, you know, it wasn't worth eating. Sometimes, you know, we get some bigger ones, we, you know, eat them. But really, I think my dad just took us out there just to fucking get some peace and quiet, you know? Because he'd just be like, be quiet, or we won't get the fish. And like, you know, of course, we're trying to get fish, you know, so we're out there trying to be quiet, and he's like fucking sitting there with his hat over his face, like, you know, laid back in the fucking little boat, you know, like, yep, tell me when one of the lines goes, you know. That was that.
It's kind of like
that.
It's kind of like when like a teacher would be like, oh, like we're gonna play the quiet game, and your goal is to like not say anything as long as possible, and like stupid kids are gonna fall for it. It's like, oh, awesome.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
It's fun though, because I think that like even seeing like slight generational gaps, because like I think you're obviously older than me, not like by a ton, but even like a small amount, you can kind of tell like I don't think like I did as many of those like outside like activities and stuff like that, because like I'm already closer to like the Zoomers, where we were all like growing up with cell phones pretty much on everybody. So. Oh
yeah, true. I mean,
I don't know where you are, TtenFlicks. I don't want to assume your age, so.
About to turn 26.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I got excited when I got a beeper when I was 13. So.
Can't relate.
Right, I told you I'm old.
Yeah, cell phone in 6th grade, man. It was sick.
Shit, my daughter coaxed one out of me when she was in 4th grade, dude. Like, seriously, like, And it was really because she would go spend time with her grandma or, you know, go to her mom's or whatever. And it was easier to get a hold of her than it was them. So I was like, you know, take it with you. And then it had the little like parent tracker thing on it. So, you know, just in case something happened. But
I always love the like the one family computer that every single person shares. You know, if anything happened to it, it was because like you played games on it, and your parents would be like, "Oh my god, like you downloaded this game, now we're getting viruses."
The whole system's bogged down with Doom. What the hell did you do? You know. Sorry. And then, like, nobody, because it was so early on and, like, all this shit, a lot of people didn't really know how to work on the computers. So it was forever like, well, take it to Geek Squad or, you know, whatever the local, like, you know, computer place was. And it's like, really, I could have done this by myself for, like, $200 less.
Yep.
Well, I remember them days. Absolutely.
How is
All right.
I feel. Or go ahead.
Oh, but sorry, I'm gonna have to bounce. I'm gonna try to pop into my Discord and do some planning for our episode Tuesday.
All right, rock and roll, man. Hey, thanks for coming out.
Yep. Fucking always a good time. Definitely love coming in, running down.
You want to plug yourself real quick for the folks? Out
Yeah.
there?
TtenFlicks, Bearded Rationals, Tuesdays, 10 Eastern. We talk politics, culture. A lot of times we'll drink a little bit and bullshit. It's a lot of fun. There's an open panel bit at the end if you guys want to, you know, ever pop in and talk. At DoubleShine at some point, I'm gonna probably invite you on. Jason's been on, so I'll probably have you back on at some point.
Thanks.
And yeah, it's a fun time. And then at some point we're thinking about starting a second night because like right now I literally can't hit affiliate because we have all the numbers smashed, but we only stream 4 nights a month. And you have to have like I think 7 or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna add a second night soon. Yeah,
Cool.
that's my spiel.
Rock and roll. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Have a good night and enjoy that planning.
Yep. Peace out, guys.
Yeah, good talking to you, dude.
Yeah, you too.
I'll hop out here as well.
All right. Well, it was cool talking to you as well, DoubleShine. I knew that we were going to eventually get together and be able to like sit down and rap a little bit.
Finally.
So yeah, for sure. And we'll definitely do it again very soon because this is great. It was good having this group of people in. And like I said before, you guys are all invited back. Also, big shout out you guys to DoubleShine if you want to go ahead and give yourself a little plug too. So
Yeah, so if you guys want to see more of me, hopefully I'll probably rewatch it later and see how stoned I was. Hopefully I was better than that's going through my head and stuff. But yeah, my name is DoubleShine. You can follow me DoubleShineTV on Twitch and Twitter. I actually stream mornings now, so if you guys want someone to catch in the mornings, I know Jason keeps you guys up way too late. But I'm at 6 a.m. PST, so follow me there Mondays through Fridays. And then yeah, just thanks for having me on. It was nice to get a chance to like talk to a lot of these people I like have kind of met but never really got a chance to like actually talk to. So you're kind of like my introductory wingman in that aspect.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Glad we could do it. Yeah, thanks again for coming on and enjoy that CBD from the neck down high.
That's why I feel I need to like go like lie down in bed, get like a nice like blanket over me or something like that because I'm feeling real comfy. So I'll catch you guys later. Thank you guys so much.
Take it easy. All right, guys, that was StonerCast 3 in the fucking books. Oh my God.